Hey, and good afternoon. Welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show, where all the libtards go crazy. But we are winning them one at a time. We're bringing them back to the family of the American Patriots. I want you to know that I don't hate them. I love all of them. I just hope that they can see the light here soon because we need them to help us fight for this country. There's a lot of things that people out there don't realize that is going on. You know, I never pretend that I am always ready for everything that comes. All I know is that every time that I start my show in here, that's when I really start getting my thoughts going. So just so you know, that's why when you see me come on here, sometimes I'm still going back and forth. I'm still trying to put things together, and I don't want to just come in here and ramble about things. I want to have at least make it interesting enough to where people would want to participate and have a conversation. That is the goal. That is what we're trying to do here. Let me get signed into the live chat. I see Burning 47 has been rocking the house here from the beginning. God is always right. Yes, sir. How are you? And welcome, my man. What's going on, man? I hope all is well. I am glad that you guys are here with me. Robert, everybody got notifications. So I will say this, and this is why I cannot blame YouTube. Okay, I think there's nothing negative what I can say about YouTube. Not really. There's always something that can be said, but a lot of times I'm gonna tell you something about this show. It is my fault, I think, because I don't have a specific time to come on live. I just come on live whenever I got something to say. And I appreciate that you guys are here with me. Brian, how are you, big bro? Roberto, welcome, my friend. We're great yet, or what? You know what? I am great because Roberto, you are here, my friend. And I appreciate that. We all appreciate you being here. I want you to know something, and I mean this. Even though this is the Dennis Herrera show, I want you to know anybody in here, I want you to know everybody that has a green and blue color on the chat right now, we're missing a few, but everyone in the chat, I want you to know that this is my American family. This is my big bros and my big sisters here in the American family. We're going to be, first of all, we're going to go ahead and watch President Trump and First Lady Melania participating on Women's History Month. I think that's what it is. But we're going to go ahead and watch it together. Let me go ahead and get this on here going for you, and then we can chat.
Good afternoon. Please sit down. It is wonderful to see here in the White House so many incredible women this afternoon. The strength of America is closely tied to the role women play in shaping their children's character, education, and morals. The values cultivated within our communities shape the voice and vision of our next generation. A woman's influence strengthens our democracy, capital markets, and time-tested business institutions. Across the country today, women are finding unique ways to balance career ambition and family. We all know these incredible women. They dominate America's workforce now more than ever before. As a visionary, I know success is not born overnight, but rather takes shape after a long and sometimes challenging process. Often alone at the top, I follow my passion, listen to my instinct, and always maintain a laser focus. In solitude, my creative mind dances, filling my imagination with originality. Attention to detail, demanding schedules, and multitasking are everyday realities when building towards success. The principle resonates across all my roles as a mother, humanitarian, philanthropist, and entrepreneur. As well as with my new film, where I shaped its creative direction, served as a producer, managed post-production, and activated the marketing campaign. Curiosity is a core value that keeps me ahead of the curve. Curiosity begets knowledge, opening doors to ideas and industry that I have otherwise overlooked. This unrestricted mindset has led me to build across very different sectors: fashion, digital assets, publishing, accessories, skincare, commercial television, and of course, filmmaking. The lessons I learned when launching my earliest ventures, such as how to build a brand, create superior product design, and activate an advertising campaign, remains just as relevant today. Markets evolve, technologies change, but the fundamentals of thoughtful leadership and continuous learning are everlasting. To all of the young women, entrepreneurs, and future leaders, make time for yourself, educate yourself daily, and spread your passion. Be courageous and take risks. Advance your profession through inspiration. Be a bold chief executive while keeping your family, if you choose so, at the center of your nation's future. And now, it is my privilege to introduce our Commander-in-Chief, who throughout his career has demonstrated a strong commitment to promoting women in leadership roles. Please welcome the President, Donald J. Trump.
Well, thank you very much. Movie star, can you believe this? Can you believe it? That wasn't supposed to happen. We were supposed to have a nice, normal life. But she's terrific and big success. And I think it was #1 last night streaming. It went on streaming last night. It was #1. So I don't know. Maybe she's getting a little too big for the White House. We'll have to think about it. Anyway, thank you, honey. She really is something. I want to really congratulate you, and I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's very exciting. It's always exciting to be with you. We love women. Women are the whole deal, okay? And today is very special because we celebrate Women's History Month. That's what it's about every year. And before we begin, I want to send our love to the Michigan Jewish community and all of the people in Detroit, the Detroit area, following the attack on the Jewish synagogue early today. And I've been briefed, fully briefed, and it's a terrible thing, but it goes on. We're going to be right down to the bottom of it. It's absolutely incredible that things like this happen. On another front, an entirely different front, the situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. It's doing very well. Our military is unsurpassed. There's never been anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And we're doing what has to be done. Should have been done during a 47-year period. Could have been done by a lot of different people. They chose not to do it. But they really are a nation of terror and hate. And they're paying a big price right now. We're honored to be joined by many extraordinary ladies, working moms, and amazing women who are making history themselves. You really are. I want to thank Second Lady Usha Vance, who's a fantastic person. Where is Usha? Usha? And really, you have been such an inspiration to a lot of women. Usha, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And your husband's doing a good job. The youngest and perhaps the best White House press secretary in history. Caroline, where's Caroline? Doing a fantastic job, Caroline. She keeps me straight. She keeps you, no, sir, you can't do that. You can't do this. I can't do anything. Life would be so much more exciting, wouldn't it? Thank you, Caroline. Great. Attorney General Pam Bondi, my friend. Good, good. Got some big things in store. She's doing a great job. Thank you, Pam. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer. Thank you, Lori. Thank you very much. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, who just had, what did you get, 84, 85% of the vote? What's going on? You know? Now I can tell this story. But Cindy Hyde called me up years ago when she first ran. It was a tough race. It was one of their top people in the White House. I won't mention the president because we don't want to mention anybody. Get yourself in a lot of trouble. But it was a top person, and it looked very tough for any Republican candidate. And Cindy Hyde was the one, and she was not, I don't know, not like the people that knew her loved her, but not a lot of people knew her. And she said, sir, could you do me a favor? Could you give me a rally? I said, a rally's a big deal. And I got there, and she said, would you stay and do another rally in another part of the state? Nobody's ever, and we ended up with 3 of them, and she won in a landslide, right? And now she's at 85%. And now she wins. She doesn't need rallies. I say, do you want me to do a rally? I don't need any rallies, sir. She got 85%. Good. I was so happy to say. Not surprised, but I was so happy. And that's because you've done a great job. Great job. Thank you very much. Representatives, Virginia Fox, my friend for a long time. Virginia, thank you. Kat Kamek. Kat, thank you very much. Thank you, Kat. Diana Harshbarger. Where's Diana? Diana, thank you. A friend of mine, a very talented person, too, very smart, Victoria Sparks. We argue, but we always come to the same place. Doing a good job. And, of course, Kellyanne Conway. Has anyone ever heard of her? She's fantastic. She's in there fighting. She's a Kellyanne. A friend of mine said, you know, that Kellyanne, I admire her, the way she goes in and she screams at those people she's got us, meaning the media, because this is a man that doesn't do very well with the media. It's one of those things. But thank you, Kellyanne. And also, I want to thank the New York Stock Exchange and the person who is so instrumental in its great success, Lynn Martin. Thank you very much, Lynn. Great job. Great job. Say hello to Jeff, right? Thank you very much. Going all the way back to our nation's founding in 1776, America has been strengthened beyond measure by the courage, by the spirit, love, devotion, and the incredible woman. I mean, all of these incredible women who have served our nation, uplifted our communities, pioneered new industries, and been the heart and soul of the American family. And they are the heart and soul. From Martha Washington to Betsy Ross, from Clara Barton to Amelia Earhart, and Rosa Parks to Aretha Franklin, American women have propelled us to even greater heights. And now the Trump administration is working every single day to make America better, safer, and more prosperous for women and men, but much more importantly for women. And they are really the inspiration. They are so powerful and so important and so beautiful. I'm not allowed to use the word beautiful, but I'm using it anyway. Usually it's the end of your political career. If you say a woman's a beautiful woman, they say that's the termination of his career, but somehow it hasn't hurt too much. You're incredible women and you're beautiful women. Well, we're here to celebrate Women's History Month today. We also are celebrating National Working Moms Day, a very special day. And since I took office, we've created more than 300,000 jobs now filled by proud, hardworking American women. It's a record. The number of women-owned businesses increased by 1.2 million last year alone. That's also a record. These are all records. Got a lot of records. Think of that, 1.2 million last year alone, businesses opened by women. Very ambitious people, very, very ambitious, very, very amazing. To support working moms like many in this room, last year we passed the largest tax cuts in American history. So our opponents, as you know, want to raise taxes. We decided to lower taxes. All my life, I've watched politicians. I've only started this about 10 years ago. But I watched politicians, and I watched them so diligently. I loved it. I loved watching. They would say, we will cut your taxes. We're going to cut your taxes. We'll cut your taxes. Even if they didn't mean it, they said it. The Democrats say, we will raise your taxes. I've never heard anything. But maybe that's why we won in a landslide. Maybe. But we did cut your taxes. And that includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. That's a big deal. And with us today is Heather Kell, joined by her 14-year-old beautiful son, Finley. Heather is a single mom and waitress in Hendersonville, North Carolina, a great place. And thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill, she got a big, beautiful tax refund of $4,000 this year, which she didn't expect. And Heather, please come up and tell us how excited you are to receive that. Come on up, Heather. Thank you. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be here today. I have been a waitress for over 20 years, and a lot of the people I've seen come and go in the industry are single moms, and they work hard. They're the hardest working people I know. And then at the end of the year, they're always super stressed out because they don't know where they're going to come up with the extra couple $1,000s that they owe on the taxes. And this year, I had to do a double take. I had to do my taxes twice to make sure this was real. I couldn't believe it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I love that ending. Wasn't that beautiful? That's from the heart. That's from the heart. Thanks, Heather. Spend it wisely, right? Thank you. Also with us is Nora Pruitt, a proud mom of 7 and a sheet metal worker from Baltimore, Maryland. She's seeing how our manufacturing renaissance is bringing opportunity back to America. And if you would, please come up, Nora. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Nora Pruitt. I'm blessed with a wonderful husband, Jason Pruitt, and my 7 adorable children. I'm a working mom. I used to be a housekeeper for 9 years. A year ago, I got a job, a career job, at Marlin Steel Wire Productions in Baltimore, Maryland. I was matched with great pay, a 401k with great match. I got a huge promotion to set up a wire forming machine. We only use USA steel, and we only make in the USA. With the Big Beautiful Bill, we were able to buy one of the most expensive tools our factory's ever bought. Within that, it totally changed our lives. We were able to buy a 5-bedroom home on an acre of land. I just want to tell you thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow. That's pretty good, huh? So we have another person that I'm going to introduce. You know, they said, do you mind bringing up 5 people? I said, not really, but it's a lot. Then I looked at him and I said, how about some more like that? We want more. But thank you. It's great. Great job you did. Another working mom benefiting from our policies is Lexi Chambers. And she's a second-generation farmer from Virginia who's got 2 wonderful daughters, June and Tilly. They're benefiting from our One Big Beautiful Bill. I always say Great Big Beautiful Bill because I like it better, Pam. They say, sir, that's not the exact. I said, don't worry about it. It'll be just fine. Great Big Beautiful Bill, because that's what it is. And the $12 billion in farm relief we issued using tariff revenue. We get $12 billion. We took in tremendous amounts of money. We're taking in money because of the tariffs, and really jobs are coming in through the roof, and we have factories being built all over the country. As an example, in the last administration, less than $1 trillion in 4 years. We've taken in $18 trillion plus in 11 months. We haven't included the 12th month yet. So we're at more than $18 trillion, and it's a record in the history of our country. We've never done anything, and that was for a lot of good things. It was because of November 5th, but it was also because of tariffs. So, Lexi, please come up and say a few words. Lexi, come on up, Lexi. Oh, it's so beautiful. How are you? Nice to see you. Come on in.
Hi, my daughter June had to join me. She was not one to stay. As a wife of a second-generation Virginia farmer, one of my biggest goals, second to teaching my children to love Jesus above all else, is to ensure that my daughters have the opportunity to farm one day. President Trump, your support of American agriculture through your changes and updates of the estate tax relief for family farms has allowed families like mine the opportunity to ensure that my daughters can farm one day. Thank you for your work on OBBB and your support of the American family farm.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's beautiful. You know, one of the things that we were just thinking about and talking about, and something so important is exactly that. You mentioned, I never mention it, but so big when you want to pass on your farm to your beautiful daughter someday. A lot of people, until we came along, I came along, we all came along together, you had a tremendous estate tax. They call it a death tax. You want the farm to go, well, they had tremendous estate tax. In some cases, they're sort of semi-land rich, but cash poor. But that's the way it is sometimes. And farms were being lost all over the country. They were being taken away from the banks. And we ended the death tax. We ended it for the farmers, for manufacturers, and small businesses. So you're not going to be losing your farms anymore. Okay? It's going to be a long time from now, many, many years, 70, 80 years, but it's just going to have no tax to pay, okay? It's going to be in a long time. Thank you very much. That was great. One of the most important ways we can support women is by bringing law and order and public safety back to our country. And for the past 10 months in a row, think of that, 10 months in a row, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States, which is an amazing number. In 1 year, we've seen the largest decline in the murder rate in 125 years. It's back to the year 1900. That's before my father was born. He never liked talking about age. He probably would hate me saying that, but it was before. Way before my father was born. And 125 years, the lowest number of murders. And part of that is what we've done with your department, Pam, and what we've done with some other departments. And Homeland has been amazing. So many people have worked so hard. You know, Washington, D.C. did not have a great reputation for security and safety. And now, as you know, it's the single, well, let's just say it's real safe. Because somebody's going to have to be very careful with the fake news media. They will say, well, wait a minute, there was a place in Tennessee that was it's gone from a very dangerous place where a lot of bad things happen to one of the safest cities in the country. You can come here now, and we've had an amazing record. It's been incredible. It's a real turnaround. Likewise, Memphis, Tennessee, a lot of problems. The mayor called, the governor called, and we went out and did a job, and in 3 months, crime is down 74%, and it will get it down even beyond that, much beyond that. It was very quick. But I also deployed the National Guard to bring back safety to Memphis and New Orleans and all these other places, and they have done some job. What great people they are. Our capital is now considered, in fact, here's a stat, the safest capital anywhere in the world. How about that? We went from probably the most unsafe. I think we went from the most unsafe to certainly one of the safest. And here today is an outstanding female law enforcement officer keeping her community safe, Sheriff Michelle Cook from Clay County, Florida. Great place, Florida. Come on up. Michelle grew up in a military family, started as an officer almost 35 years ago, and has now been sheriff for nearly 6 years. And She's done a great job, and maybe more importantly, she's a great mom, they say. I think you're a great mom. So thank you very much, Michelle. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, the only place safer than Washington is going to be Clay County, Florida. Okay, all right. Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Cook, and I am a 35-year law enforcement veteran, and I currently serve as the sheriff, elected sheriff in Clay County, Florida. And I'd like to thank the President, Mrs. Trump, for having all these beautiful women in here today. Thank you so much. My husband, Don, and I are raising a big, beautiful blended family that includes 6 kids. And there's 2 topics that I know very, very well. That's raising kids and serving my community. Raising a family is an honor, and with President Trump's no tax on overtime law, families can now recognize additional dollars from their hard work. Up to $12,500 per individual, and up to $25,000 back in the pockets of hardworking Americans who work overtime to make their families happy and to provide the necessities that they need. And I want to say thank you for that, because it is making a difference in Clay County, Florida. I'd also like to talk about law enforcement. As I mentioned, I've done 35 years in this field. And one thing that I will tell you is that crime will rise to the level that a community allows it to rise. And when you have a president of the United States standing up from the White House in the Washington, D.C., saying that we will have law and order in our nation, that sets the tone and that sets the expectation. And I can tell you, it is an honor to serve my community with you at the very top, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. In closing, I would like to say God bless our first responders, God bless our military, God bless our president, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. And she looks like no games. I'm watching her. I'm saying, she looks like a tough one. Thank you. And I hear you do an incredible job. I got the word from Florida. Great honor. As we make our community safe again, my administration is also fighting for school choice and also bringing education back to the states so that you run them, right, Virginia? So that you run them from your local community, not from Washington, D.C. We've done that, and Linda McMahon has done an incredible job, by the way. And that's done so that American moms can send their children to a school that shares their values and everything else. The Trump administration listens to women and moms, which is why we are doing more to help women struggling with infertility than any administration in history. This all started when I got a call from Katie Britt, a great senator from Alabama. I don't know if she's here, but I never said be here. But she did call me, and she said, listen, we have a problem. And she explained the problem. I wasn't that familiar with it, I must tell you. But after about 2 minutes, I understood it very well. And we really took that issue, infertility. We took the whole situation with what was happening. So many bad things were happening throughout the country, and we solved it with my most favored nation agreements that we just had approved by other countries, just about all the countries all over the world, which had they always said, Kellyanne, you couldn't get them to do it. I got them all to do it, and the calls lasted not even that long a period. I said, you got to do it, because we were paying the highest price anywhere in the world for drugs and prescription drugs, and now we're paying the lowest price anywhere in the world. They had to agree to it. They did. They had to agree. They said it would be impossible to get. The drug companies had to get them, but they didn't care because they said, you'll never get the countries, but I got the countries quickly. I said, listen, Emmanuel, like France, just as an example, you have to double the price of your drugs. You'll still be low, but you have to double them. No, I will not do that, Donald. I will not do that. Are you crazy? I'm not going to double the price. But this has gone on for 35 years. And I said, no, you're going to do it. You're going to, no, I will not do it. Yes, you are. And I'll tell you why. Because if you don't do it, I'm going to put a big tariff on everything coming in from France or whatever country, because I made numerous of these calls. And it took me, the first answer was always, no, 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 that will not do it. The second answer was like, well, I agreed to do it. And every single country agreed. And because of that, we are cutting your drug prices by 60, 70, 80, and even 90%. Can you believe that? That's the biggest thing to happen in medicine in so long. And when you think about it, you know, it used to be, I had a time, we had a very successful first term, best economy ever. We did a lot of great things. We rebuilt our military. That's one of the reasons we're doing so well now with our military. I never thought I'd have to be using it so much. But when you look at what they did in Venezuela and now what they're doing in Iran, it's been amazing. But when you look at all of this, everybody was saying that this could never be done with the drugs. It could never be done. And in my first term, I was so proud of myself because I was able to cut the drugs 1/4 of a pence. Now, this doesn't sound so good, but I was proud. 28 years, drug costs went up, and it never stopped. Went up, up, up. And I had, in my third year, I cut drugs by 1/4 of 1%. And it was like a big deal because that never happened before. And I had a news conference. I announced that I cut drugs 1/4. It's the first time in 28 years. But now I cut drug prices by 80%, 75%. A low one, a bad one would be 50%. Think of it, 1/4 of a percent, I was happy. But you know, with experience, you learn. And these are the biggest drug price cuts this country's ever had by 25 times. And I think it's going to make a very big difference. All you great Congress people back there that helped me. It's going to make a great difference. There's never been anything like it. It's called Most Favored Nation agreements. I got them with all the countries. And so now instead of paying the highest price in the whole world, we're paying the lowest price in the whole world. Oh, it's pretty good. And I'm very, very happy, very proud of that, actually. It should be the biggest story. I don't get any, nobody wants to write about it. That's why I talk about it. They don't want to write about it. There was a little story like this in the New York Times. Should have been headlines. I picked up the New York Times. I said to my wife, oh, this is a big one. This is going to be front page. I couldn't find the story. I said, oh, they must have been a little bit late. You know, they are a lot late. So I figured it was the next day. I looked the next day. There was nothing. It's unbelievable. How would you like to cut drug prices, Kellyanne? How would you like to cut drug prices by 80% and not have a story about it? Something a little cuckoo there, isn't there? But the people got it. That's why we won. The people got it, Sheriff, right? But I'm also doing something else with, I think was, not much. To me, I say, can this really be possible? We're keeping men out of women's sports. Is that okay with 90% of the people? And we're putting that in the Save America Act as one of our 5. That's voter ID. We want voter ID. We want proof of citizenship. We want no transgender mutilization of your children. We don't want transgender mutilation. That's number 3. We want no men in women's sports. That's number 4. And we don't want to have mail-in voting. Where the votes go, where the hell do they come from? So we do that. It's 5 things. They're all 99%. They say, oh, that's an 80% issue, like voter ID. No, I think it's a 99. I think the Democrats have it at 87%. The leadership doesn't want it. Why don't you want voter ID? There's only one reason. Ready? Because you want to cheat. Okay? They blame it on all sorts of things. They came up, they said it's racist. They came up with things that you have to say their imagination is great. No. We're not going to let them cheat like they did in a certain election that we won't talk about. But that election was, and they cheat now. Look, we're not going to let it happen. So we're going to go get the Save America Act, not the Save Act. Nobody knew what the Save Act meant. The Save Act, what save what? Save America Act. And we're going to do everything we can. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe we're having a hard time. I think anybody that votes against it shouldn't be allowed to run for office. You want to know the truth, but we're working very hard on it. It shouldn't be. Every one of those 5 points. every one of them is, I think, close to a 95%. They say voter ID, that's an 80% issue. It's not 80%, it's 99%, I believe, and so are most of the others. So there's 5 points. I call them best of. They're best of Trump, you know, like best of for an athlete, the best plays, best of. These are best of Trump. So hopefully we're going to get them. But I'm also keeping the men out of the women's sports, and I signed an executive order declaring that there are only 2 genders, male and female. Complicated, isn't it? Male and female. I don't think the First Lady's going to have a problem. Am I okay with that one? I'm not, because she will say to me sometimes, I don't like that particular stance. I don't know. That's okay. We like that baby crying. Melania would say, I don't like that particular stance, but I think we're okay on that one. 2 genders, okay? Male and female. I think so. We'll be okay. And we have put the world on notice that America will not allow men to compete against women in the 2028 Olympics, where we have the Olympics. And we have the Olympics, we have the World Cup coming up, and we have 20, you know, the biggest is 250, and I did all 3 of them. I did the Olympics, I got the Olympics, then I got the World Cup, then I got 250, but I've never been given credit for that. The men, they won't give me credit for 250 years, but I'm here for 250. I tried to take credit for that, but I haven't been able to get it. But a person that I recognized immediately when I came into the room, I looked down, I said, because I didn't read, I can't, if I prepare my speeches, I won't have time to get things done. You know, do you ever hear that? Yeah, I cannot prepare. So I didn't know who the hell I was speaking to, but I walked in and I saw this beautiful woman with the blonde hair. I watched that bobsled. I don't know how the hell you do it, Kaylee. But Kaylee was the star, big star of the Olympics and other Olympics also. And she's a 6-time Olympic medalist. Think of that. And she's won more gold medals than any other female bobsledder in history. She's a total champion. I watched the whole deal with you. You were getting ready, and they said, maybe, I don't know. She was prime, 8 years ago. They said that was terrible. And then you ended up winning again, you know. You're going to be prime for a long time, I'll tell you that. What a tremendous athlete, and it's an honor. But I literally walked in, and I said, because I don't know most of you, unfortunately, but I knew her because I watched that whole thing. And she recently got back from Cortina, Italy, where she won 2 bronze medals as America cheered her on, and she's won the golds, and she's won more than anybody else. And it's amazing to have you here, and it's a great honor. Come on up, Kaylee. You're much braver than me. Please.
I don't know about braver, but it's a real honor to be here today. Yes, I'm a 6-time Olympic medalist, 3 of them gold, but the title, I'm most proud of his mom. Thank you. Yes. My journey to motherhood was a 2.5-year process through IVF. And I was constantly told that as soon as I became a mom, my career in athletics was going to be over. I was never going to reach the Olympic podium again. Mentally, physically, I could never get my body and my mind back. And I think the ultimate way to tell somebody that, you know, they'll never do it, say don't do it, and I'm going to go out and do it. That's just how it goes. The ultimate dream I had was to become a mom and then be able to stand on the Olympic podium. And this year I got to do that with my 1.5-year-old son. Thank you. Yes. So being able to earn these 2 bronze medals, they feel like gold. They really do. He is my gold medal and will always be for the rest of my entire life. As a legal immigrant competing for the United States of America, a country that has adopted me, it's one of the greatest honors I've had in my entire life. Having my 1-year-old son chase me around the Olympic podium, another huge honor and a dream come true. I want to encourage every single mother out there to follow your dreams and don't let anybody put limits on what you believe you can do. The only Olympic medalist we're actually allowed to award what's called the Order of ECOS. So every Olympic medalist in the United States gets an Order of ECOS that they get to hand to somebody in honor and recognition of somebody who's made a meaningful contribution to their journey to the podium, because Olympic medals are never achieved alone. So I am here today, and I'm so honored to present this, my Order of ECOS medal, to you, Donald Trump. Thank you. So we only get one, but I want to recognize the support and the impact you've had on women's sports throughout the Olympic movement, specifically standing up to keep biological women in women's sports, to keep the field of play safe and allow for fair competition. Furthermore, because your policies are creating greater access to IVF, so families like mine can continue to grow as I look to become and expand my family again, I believe this actually makes you the first president in history to ever be awarded an Order of ECOS as well. So thank you. Oh, here. We'll do that. Isn't he just the best? He's the best. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow. I knew I liked her. I liked her right from the first second. Now I know why. That's good. That's really nice. Beautiful. Thank you both very much. Appreciate it. So I'm going to now do a little signing, and the signing is going to be very impactful, very important, and it's something that Melania feels very strongly about, and so do I, and perhaps the people that I called before, come on up, and if you want, bring your families up. Bring your families, and we'll sign all together. Is that okay? Come on. So, you ready? Okay. No auto pen, right, Pam? Am I allowed? No auto pen. Okay, ready? Watch what I do. So quiet. Okay, we did it. You want that? Hand these out. Yes. Here you go, you champion. She won so much gold, she doesn't know what to do with it. It's gotten very valuable lately, gold. Yeah, Here you go. Take it. I want to thank you all very much. That's really nice. You take another one. There you go. Thank you all very much. Fantastic. Thank you.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Congratulations. Happy Women's Month. Women, you honor us. You are a great gift to all of us, to mankind, from God. And that is true. It is a gift from God. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking around for that. That was a surprise for me. I saw this not too long ago, and I thought it would be nice to share it with you. Now, I don't know if you guys watch the Heritage Foundation. Not many people do watch this. They have a discussion about immigration and U.S. citizenship. But you know what? I really don't think that we should go into that. We could probably share other things that are going on, like U.S. deploys doomsday bombers. The IDF drones swarm Iran, and the title is the B-52 bombers deploy. Iran strikes oil tankers. Let's take a listen to this. It's look like 30 minutes in here. I'm not sure how much of that we can actually watch. But let's go ahead and hear some of that information so that we can go ahead and talk about it and get into what we want to talk about.
Madness in Tehran. Suicide drones were launched by surprise at the Revolutionary Guard's targets. A swarm of Israeli AI-guided drones carried out suicide strikes on manned besieged checkpoints in Iran, eliminating them in a coordinated operation. We will soon bring you all the details on the latest reports coming out of Tehran as the Mossad involvement. What do you think about that? After Israel neutralized most of Iran's missile capabilities, the Israeli Air Force is moving on to a hunt against Iran's drone array. America's doomsday weapon, the B-52, is joining the campaign. Welcome. And after the night of fire, the United States made it clear to Israel, we are not stopping. Iran has begun laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. The Revolutionary Guards are threatening the United States. We have a unique weapon that we have not yet used. Chaos is raging inside Iran's military. The Revolutionary Guards are on edge. The Iranian Air Forces has been destroyed. Plane after plane, the entire Iranian Air Force was destroyed by the United States military and by the IDF. Israel revealed Iran had planned hundreds of missile launches every single day, and then the Israeli Air Force changed the equation. The situation in the Iranian military is catastrophic. Only 10 bullets have been allocated to each Iranian soldier, an unprecedented supply crisis in Iran's army. The global oil crisis is deepening. Trump is releasing reserves, and Oman is taking a dramatic step in an attempt to contain the rising oil prices. The tech giants are in the crosshairs. Iran is threatening Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. The Gulf states are under the Iranian attack. A drone struck a residential tower in Dubai. A dramatic night in Iraq. Iran attacked the oil facilities, and the global oil price reached and reacted immediately. So the massive destruction in the Dakhia neighborhood in Lebanon has been exposed, and we will bring you what remains after the Air Force struck overnight against the Hezbollah positions in Beirut, Lebanon. And today, we will give you a glimpse into the luxury real estate empire and investments of Iran's new leader. I'm Yair Pinto, with me is Mati Shoshani, and we are the boots on the ground that bring you the whole truth about what's happening in Israel, and also everything that's happening around the Middle East. Day 13th of the war is coming to an end, so let us begin with a summary of the strikes. Israel once again is carrying out a crazy operation that is impossible to grasp, the operation that stunned Iran. The Mossad is behind this. And the latest Israeli operation against the Revolutionary Guards is driving supporters of the Iranian regime crazy, and they are convinced that the Israeli spy agency, the Mossad, is behind all of this. I can tell you, it looks like it came out of a science fiction movie. This report came in today. In Tehran, they are accusing the Mossad of maneuvering that took place inside Iran and looked like it came straight out of a science fiction movie. An attack by AI-guided drones, which I think I will start calling a super drone swarm made in Israel and was documented in Tehran, while dozens of besieged men were eliminated within minutes, and again, in a way that everyone will understand.
I think that any attacks that are made can always have catastrophic consequences. Now, I want to point out that, when President Trump had the idea that maybe with his tariffs coming in, we should have some stimulus checks. And they all hated that. But now that it didn't happen, number one, it wasn't promised. It was just a talk. But now that it didn't happen, they're already asking, where is my stimulus check? When President Trump lowered gas prices, they didn't acknowledge that he lowered gas prices. But now the prices are going up. They want to make fun of and yell, oh, he bragged about lower prices. But look at the prices now. I want you to really, number one, pay attention. And what are the gas prices across the nation? Why don't we take a look at that? And now I'm going to allow some phone calls to come in, and then we can dialogue. Let me see gas price map. Let's see. Gas price map USA. Let's see if we get something. 26. Let's take a look. Now this might not be an accurate probably information. But let's take a look. Let's do a little bit of reading. I'll do a little bit of reading for you guys. And let me put it over here. This is more comfortable for me. All right, here we go. Let's get a little update on the gas. It says gas prices in the USA during the early 2026 initially dropped to around $2.97 per gallon, with projections for the year to be the most affordable since 2020. However, as of March 2026, due to geopolitical conflict resulting in every state exceeding the $3 per gallon, 357, 341 to 357. Here is a key 2026 gas price trends and data. Initial forecast, gas body projected a 2026 national average of $2.97 per gallon. Now, think about that. A $2.97 national average. That has to say to you and to me that there is a lot of places where gas has to be below $2. It just has to be. In order for the $2.97 to be the national average, it has to be. Now, Jacobs, yeah, that seems to be a pretty comfortable price for the conflict that's going on. Here in Washington State, depending on the gas station, I can't remember how much it was. I just pumped gas this morning at Costco. I think it was a $4.39 maybe. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what. We have over $1.40 here in Washington State. We pay an extra $1.40 per gallon of gas, and that goes to the government. Obviously, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is what they're doing with the budget, and so we're paying an extra $40 on top of the price that we are getting, which is supposed to be high. Now, we really can ignore that gases in LA are $8.30. I mean, probably higher by now. But that's the weird thing, that people, they seem to ignore that part. While some areas saw lower prices early in the year, as of March 11th, California recorded the highest average price, not the highest price, the highest average price to be $5.34. Average price. Diesel prices has experienced sharp increases exceeding $4.80 per gallon in some regions in March. Contributing factors, the price drop was initially driven by increased refinery capacity, but the subsequent spike is attributed to supply disruptions. Note the New York Times and the EIA. So as far as I remember, is Trump is all for drill, baby, drill. And a lot of places have gotten a good oil price, lower in their areas. But the biggest problem is the local taxes. You know how I I see it. Oh, mind speak, man. I don't even know if he should come back in here. You're starting to look more like a leftist every time you come in. I feel like I'm ruining you. I am ruining you. I don't know, man. I feel bad. I feel bad. But that's something that I wish that people would want to have a conversation with me and tell me, oh man, you know what? I don't like what Trump is doing, but you know what makes it worse? It's our governors are just raising taxes like crazy. Property taxes are up. I mean, up here in Washington, just on this new administration, our taxes went up 18%. That's crazy. How can somebody not say anything about that? And the thing with me is like that. What gets to me is that we see history. We didn't want to be taxed. We want to keep our money. We don't make money for people to take it from us. And if we put people in office, if we elect officials in the government that we have picked, well, there's sales tax. That's where you get your money. Blurry. Let me see. All right. All right. Thanks for letting me know. I think it keeps focusing in the back. Let me see if I can help it. Hey, focus. Let me see. Let me turn it off, and let me make sure that it's focused correct. Besides, it seems like most of the libtards left. If you guys want to have a conversation, we'll go ahead and have a conversation. Let's see. Man, the back is very, very sharp. All right, I'm going to have to cancel the camera and then start up. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see. That's why. I thought I had it on. My bad. That's my camera right there. Oh, my bad. I thought it was on. Let me see. Huh. I'll close it out. I am the man who will fight for your honor. Okay, remote shooting. This is what I get using my Canon cameras. Let's get a live shot here. Let's take a look. There we go. Zone, no. There we go. All right, let's see if that helps. Continues, yes. Okay. Let's try that out and see if it works. Thanks for letting me know, guys. To me, it's not a big deal, but thanks for letting me know. I think that should be okay, hopefully. Oh, man, I'm going to fire this video guy. Oh, man, this videography guy sucks. Is that better, guys? I don't know why it lost the focus. All right, so I just had to switch it to, never mind, the camera's working now. All right, thank you for letting me know. I love how you guys really want to see my face nice and sharp. Don't you want to see the background nice and sharp? I guess I could have changed the depth of field. Yeah, it's because I took pictures earlier. That's why I wanted to take a picture just the background, so I had it set to. Never mind, forget it. You know the thing. Oh yeah, because this way people can read the hat more. A little bit easier. All right, let's see, where were we? All right, I think local taxes is a huge difference. Let me move this up here like so. I don't have anything else, and you guys can really take a look at all my zits and wrinkles. But yeah, if you're going to complain, as a matter of fact, don't even complain. Try to figure out why things are happening. Right, I'm here in the afternoon. Whether people want to see or not, that's okay, you know. And if I don't have much viewers, then I know that I'm wasting my time, and then we can shorten the life. That's not a problem. But I want you to think for yourselves, and it's not about, I want you to stop thinking you're a Democrat or Republican. Try to figure out, how do we go about making the economy better? It is obvious that the more population growth we hit, the worse inflation gets. Okay? Now, I'll give you an example. I'm in Washington State. Here, hey, Susana, here in Washington State, the rate of growth, population growth, I think is like a 1 point something ratio, and it should be a lot more. Okay, let me switch from these gas prices to the population rate. Let me see. Population 2026. Growth. I don't know what the hell it is called. Let's see if Google helps me out a little bit. Okay, let's see. So we reach Seattle population is 816,000, growing by 18,900 people, a 2.4 increase from the previous year. This is just Seattle. Marking the 5th consecutive year with a growth rate exceeding 2%. The city is experiencing a rapid growth, significantly outpacing neighboring counties. Now, the reason why I think this is important to understand as I'm reading it, okay? The reason why I think it's important to understand is that we have a population birth ratio that we need, right? So let me grab another one, and let's see. Population growth rate needed in Washington State. Let's just say Washington State. 2025, see if we can get some information on that. All right, so Washington State's population growth rate as of 2025, mind you, there's no census being made since they do it every 10 years. Makes no sense, right? At 0.9% to 1%, with the state surpassing 8 million residents. While growth is slowing compared to the previous decade, net migration remains the primary driver. Pay attention, accounting, listen to this, for 78% of the increase of population. Oh my gosh, do you know what that means? Now listen, you guys know what I say on my show. If you're with me most of the time, you know what I talk about. And people always say lies. People always say, this and that. Hey, Robert, you're killing the audience. You're killing the audience. You gotta let them say something. If I catch them saying something too bad, then I'll tell you to get rid of them. But you're killing the audience. They need to understand the truth. Okay. Yeah, that 94.87, that is up there. I gave a number of $80, but it has gone over 100 at times, and it keeps fluctuating. But I want you to really pay attention to that. The growth of the American people. Listen to this. The growth of the American people has decreased, and 78% of the primary driver of the population here is driven by migration. And you guys still don't want to understand that we have an immigration crisis. You guys still don't want to understand why unaffordability is happening. I know you guys make fun of him, and this is why President Trump says that it's bullcrap, because he didn't cause it. Democrats have been causing this for decades, and the worst example is this last Biden administration allowing millions of illegals to come through the border. Now, the numbers fluctuate. The last I heard, and this is the number that I first started talking about, was 21 million illegal immigrants. Elon Musk thinks it's 50. I don't care. The fact that I saw hundreds of thousands of people daily tells me that it is on the millions. It is on the millions. And as much as I love migrants, and as much as I know that we benefit from migration, I will never accept that we benefit from mass illegal migration. Mass immigration is horrible. It's a bad thing. And I can tell, as a migrant, I can tell you it's a bad thing. Now, some people don't want to acknowledge the problem. But here it is, I haven't even looked at the stats, and what I have been telling you, it is proven right here. But, maybe not 100% technically, but the data says that accounting for the growth in the population, 78%. 78%. Comparing the amount of people coming in to the amount of Americans reproducing. And Americans are not white people. It's everybody who is an American citizen. It is alarming. It is alarming. It is alarming, and I wish that the leftists would use some critical thinking and try to figure out something. Let's talk. Let's work out and see what's going on. What can we do? Who can we talk to fix things? Don't just listen to the rhetoric of the left or the right. Who's doing what? In order for the president to be successful, the governors got to do their job. In order for the governors to do their job and be successful, the mayors need to be successful. It's just like a big company. The president is the regional director. The governors are the managers. The mayors are the supervisors. And the rest of the people are the employees. We have to work to make everything happen. That is how the success of a company is measured. And that is how the success of a country is also measured on a bigger scale. Everybody has to do their part. And it goes the same thing in my family. I look good if my wife looks good, if the kids look good. And us as a family, we look good. But we have spent so much time pointing fingers at each other, that left, that right, and this is what I'm telling you. That's why I don't say I'm a Republican or a Democrat, but I support Republicans today because the policies that they have are sound. I agree with them. I don't know everything, and I don't need somebody to just tell me and feed me information to say. You guys already know I am off script. This is a live show. I'm not here making a video so that you can just, listen to some guy reading something off the paper. Bye, finally. You should have left a long time ago. I don't need your garbage in here. Don't come back. I don't have need for people who are going to tear me down. You understand? I'm looking for people that want to come together and do something for this country. I'm not going to sit by and then just let the governor and the mayors bitch and complain. about Biden, for example. Okay, so here, watch this. So even though I believe it was a digital pen, and by the way, I think Pocahontas should be in jail by now, but that's just me thinking. But she was in charge of the digital pen. I think is what what I understand. And so she did a lot of executive orders signed by the digital pen, or what's the other name for it? Digital pen, and I forget what the other one is. But the point is, if the governors were good administrators of their money, meaning the budget that for the tax-paying people, then Joe Biden would have looked very good. If it wasn't because the Democrat governors and mayors are failing in their states, Biden would have looked a lot better. I can tell you that right now. And what's even scarier than that thought is that if it wasn't for President Donald Trump that has done, thank you, AutoPen, if it wasn't for President Trump that has done so much for our economy, even though you don't see it, I can tell you, if you sit here, sometimes I go crazy listening to this, to the House in Washington and the representatives, and these people are nuts. Like, I don't understand. You guys have no idea what's going on here in Washington. And I can almost guarantee you that the same playbook is being used in every single Democratic state. It's no joke. Just think about this. I hear the complaint. I hear you, and I really do. I hear you. Right now, I do. I agree with you with high oil prices. But we know why. We know what's going on. We know there's a risk, right? We're adults. We're not children. We know that there is going to be a price to pay. And if you support what's going on, we already know that we're going to see maybe some hard times ahead. Maybe not. But the worst thing is that we are concentrating so much on blaming the president. But the president is not the only one in charge of how to get the economy right. The president is not there to make sure that every state has money. That's not how it works. And the worst thing that people are doing in their states is that they think, because of their states are the largest economy, like California. The California is one of the fourth largest economy states in the United States of America. But they don't go deeper and try to find out, wait a minute, how are they getting all these taxes? There is no business. There's a lot of unaffordability. And the American people don't go deeper than that. But I can tell you right now, one of the reasons, Farco 1 or 2. Oh, Farco, man, I love Farco. My friend Graham and I, we play that sometimes. Farco is crazy. I like it. The worst thing in America is dying. No, that's not the worst. If you're a Christian, might be the best. But we are called to live happy, enjoy, and support each other. So, of course, we want to live as long as we can, but we are all in borrowed time. We really are. You know what gives me peace in my life? It gives me peace in my life that, the Apostle Paul, right before he died, he said, when he was getting ready to go be with the Lord, he said, I have ran the race. I have fought the good fight. I have kept my faith. And that was enough to try. But you got to try. And so me as a husband, I'm trying. I'm trying to be a good husband. I'm trying to be able to get something from my wife and my children. And by God is my witness, whether I go or whether I break up, she throws me away, I'm going to be hurt, obviously, but I'm still going to be so proud and thankful that I was able to do something for the woman that I love and my children. I don't expect to keep anything that I get. I really don't. I can care less. I'm the type of guy that I would just be happy fishing, making some barbecues up in the mountain, getting some game, shooting some arrows, shooting my shotgun or rifle, hunting, fishing. I'd rather do that. I'd rather be free of everything, away from the city. But I got to do what I got to do for my family. Now, you got to pick up what you're doing for your family. And so I got to look at everything that's going on in our state, and it's like, okay, I can either shut up, stay quiet, and bow down to this tyranny, or I can stand up and do something about it. And if somebody wants to join me and they want to do something about it as well come on, you're welcome. Let's get it. We got to go. We got to do it. You know, it's crazy that, you know, if I was to change this channel from going from truth and honest opinions to something very stupid, I would have a lot more viewers every day. It's like the news. When they show you good things, people don't watch. But the moment there's a war, the moment somebody dies, somebody got shot, oh my God, everybody's out there like ants, like an ant colony that just been hit with water. Everybody's out there running around like headless chickens. Nobody really wants to pay attention to common sense. Nobody wants to be preemptive. Everybody just wants to wait. Not everybody, but a lot of people just want to wait until shit hits the ceiling. That is not the way you live. You got to use critical thinking. You got to use common sense. And you got to know when you have to make a change. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear, what do you think that we can do to help the economy? All right, let's talk about it. I want to hear what you think we can do to help the economy. Let's have a conversation. Let me get this active for you guys, so that way you guys can call in if you want to call in. I am ready to take your calls. Try to concentrate and don't call with just hate for a man. I want you to give me some common sense things that you think that we can do to better ourselves, to better our country. And let's see what we can do, because if I am going to run here in Washington, I need to know both sides of the story. You know, what are people thinking? Why do they think that way? I need to figure it out. And I'm going to tell you something. Any lawyer, anybody that is out there just going for office or anything with their own belief, with their own selfishness, without wanting to hear from the actual people, they just go and gather with their little group of people that think alike, like them. And they go there and then they screw everything up because they don't think about the rest of the things that are going on. All right, Chicken says, reduce tariffs and reduce regulations and mandates to make housing more affordable. Okay, yeah, that's one of the obvious things, right? But how do we lower housing cost with such a massive growth of population? 78% of the growth in Washington state alone. Remember this. I'm telling you, I told you, 21 million illegal immigrants. It is the population of up to 32 to 34 states. Imagine that. And they don't go to I don't know, big states like Texas, Colorado. I mean, maybe they do go there, but they don't go to other states where the population is so minimal. They go to the main cities. New York, overpopulated. Florida, Miami, they're overpopulated. You have California, overpopulated. Oregon is becoming a homeless shithole. And same thing is happening in Seattle. You know, the only reason why you don't see that many homeless on the street is because they're putting them in buildings, and when they die, they just take them out like the trash from last week. I kid you not. That's not a joke, and I don't mean to belittling people or anything like that, but I'm telling you, all right? So affordability has to do with population growth, high demand and low supply, okay? Yeah, have to build more vertical and improve public infrastructure. We are not the Chinese. We don't have billions of people in this country. The first priority to me always is control immigration, illegal immigration, because we have a control of migrants. We allow 1 million a year, 1 million migrants every year to be in this country with us. This is not counting people that come and visit. We're talking about people to come here and live here. You know what I'm saying? And so okay, tariffs. So why do we want to put tariffs? Before we put tariffs on, we were losing hundreds of billions of dollars. And of course, we have to, we need money for the military. We need money for a bunch of things. This is why we got $38 trillion. Is it $38 trillion now? Yeah, $38 trillion, right, in debt. Okay, so we have $38 trillion in debt, and we have all this credit. But, we have all of this. And so we got to do something to figure out, okay, why are we $38 trillion in debt? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of things. One of them, other countries have been taking advantage of us for decades. That's one way we're losing a lot of money. The other way that we're losing money, now think about this, and I don't mean to pick on these people, but this is the people, okay? When did we bring Somalis into our country? Decades ago. The Somaliland, I don't care what conflict these two nations are having over there, they're all Somalis. Their countries literally are shitholes, and they know it. Their whole economy was being sustained by your tax-paying dollars. Not only that, we are giving money to over 190 countries throughout the world. I'm not talking about 40 billion to Argentina. This is going on every year, every day, every month. We're giving this money out to the world, and we're not doing anything for ourselves. So tariffs. Why use tariffs? Because companies are leaving us. Companies don't want to be here because they get cheap labor from children in China. They don't get the regulation because they don't care about the ozone. We have the best control. Have a good night, my man. We have the best control in the whole world when it comes to the air. Are we perfect? No, but we have the best stats. Bobby Short says now he's telling everybody we should just look away when ICE agency officers murder somebody on the street. Okay, you are one of the morons and one of the problems in our country. Number one, respect authority. Respect law enforcement. And stop being stupid and defending illegal immigrants. Stop it. Stop it. You are not helping affordability. You are not helping our country. So cierra el pico and do what's right for your country. Now, if you're an illegal immigrant, I get it. You're going to talk trash, I get it. If you're a naive American that don't care about this country being great, I get it. You're a retard. No problem. But I am calling on American citizens who care about putting America first. Don't give me this crap that is unaffordable. Don't give me this crap that terrorists are destroying this country. You people who do not let President Trump do his job, you are destroying this country. Pendejos con toda la palabra. Idiots with all the word. The whole word. What the hell have you done for your country? I want to know. What have you done for your country? Come over here and you're proud to be Mexican. Oh, the Mexican flag. Oh, I'm Mexican. Shut the hell up. What have you done for Mexico? You're garbage. You're garbage. You're nothing without this country. You are nothing. You are nothing. You understand? The least that you can do is help this country if you're going to be in it. You're starting to sound like a Democrat. Companies move outside the U.S. to avoid environmental regulations and to use human workers like they're expendable. First of all, we don't need to be overregulated. That is BS. We need common sense regulations, of course. I am all down for safety. You are trying to turn me down, but it's okay. I can take it. I know how to defend myself. I don't want to tear you down, he says, but I don't want you watching you tear down veterans and our kids at school and allow them to starve to death. If they are not Americans, they are taking advantage of our system and they don't belong here, period. Your children are not my responsibility, Patna. My children are not your responsibility. Let's keep it straight. Let's keep it straight. I believe that there's things that we need to do, but you do not get to blame this country, this administration, for enforcing the very laws that protect us and keep us safe. You are part of the problem with your emotional conflicts. You don't think with common sense. If you're a male, you have a mangina. You think like a weak, delusional, social liberal woman. The reason why you think I sound like a Democrat is because the policies that we had on the Democrats before were for America first. The difference is now those policies are being implemented by Trump. So it's not about being Democrat or being Republican. It's about being American for this country. You see how you people think. You sound like a Republican. No, it's because you're not American. You're a party loyalist instead of being a patriot to this country. You know, if I was in Mexico and I got a citizenship in Mexico, I would be defending Mexico the same way. I would. Hey, if I decided that I was going to be Mexican, man, all Mexican people, that's my people. And I will call myself Mexican. It'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic. But I'm in the United States of America, and I know that we are going through hardships. Resolve, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You must be new to my channel. I already talked about the pardon from Juan Orlando Hernandez, the only president in Central America, besides Nayib Bukele, that actually declared war on the cartels. And the same communist joined with Venezuela, and the Biden administration set him up to be the guinea pig, the downfall guy. We ain't stupid. Juan Orlando Hernandez may not be a perfect person. Nobody is. But he's the only one that was fighting the cartels in Honduras. Big mistake when every other opponent on the political opposition is in bed with the communist Venezuela dictator Nicolas Maduro. So don't talk about something you don't know anything about. With that being said, tariffs are the only reason why we're making over $290 billion back. And that's just the beginning. It's going to take a while before manufactories are built. Right now, the amount of jobs that are being created is for construction jobs. As this get finished, they're going to need the laborers. They're going to need people for data centers. AI is going to bring millions of jobs. And you're like, yeah, right. Then how the hell is that? AI is actually getting rid of humans. No, moron. You need to pick a place to work. They need electricians. They need engineers. They need data people. Yes, you're right. You won't be able to go bag groceries. Maybe not. They already got rid of that. They want every grocery to be self-serviced. And yet they still pay people to watch you work for them. Do you see why I have a problem? You people don't think. It's like there's so many little things that you got to pick at. Go to Walmart. What happens when you go to Walmart? There's a couple of stands where they have people working, but then you have your self-service. And there's a person, a greeter. Who the hell needs a greeter at Walmart? Nobody needs a greeter. They're paying employees to stand around and watch you work. Nobody says anything. Go on, what else? Well, you got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. Let me see. You got to do better than that. We have raised tariffs very high. Everybody, every libtard, every leftist people, even right people, even every Democrat and Republican, a lot of people doubted tariffs. I am a big supporter of tariffs. Huge supporter of tariffs. Because we can take it. I am a big supporter of Made in America. I am a big supporter of making deals with foreign countries so that we can make money. All right, here you go. Let's see if we can get a caller here that actually has sense. Help me out. All right, thanks for calling. Who's calling?
What's up, babies?
Oh, mind speak. Oh, for Pete's sakes.
Hey,
man.
I challenge everybody, call you. Nobody wants to call. I guess I'm the one with the biggest ball.
All right, some bitch. All right, we have to put up with mind speak.
Yeah.
All right, brother, go ahead. You know, I want you to first talk to me. I know you disagree with me a lot, but I want you to first talk to me. What do you think about this? Remember this, right? And Marco Rubio said this as well as I did. He said, immigration is fantastic. You know, some of us come here illegally, even though I never did, but, you know, our people. Some of us come here illegally, and they really try to make a better life for themselves. I get that. And there was always going to be some illegals coming in, and, you know, we can deal with this. A lot of money is being wasted, by the way, on that. But what do you think about actual immigration? You heard me talk about we allowed 1 million people to come in yearly. National security, how to protect ourselves. What do you think about immigration of legal migrants versus mass illegal migration? Give me your input on both. How do you see migration work or not work?
Well, mass illegal is bad. I told you that before.
Yeah.
Mass illegal is bad because we cannot sustain it.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. Common sense.
So, yeah. So, illegals here. Okay, so we close the border. Nobody's coming illegal. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure somebody's getting through. They just don't know.
Yeah, hopefully, our agents are doing their work because they're getting paid for it. I mean, everybody that pays somebody, is hopefully he's doing the job that he's getting paid for it. If not, I mean, come on, you got to go.
Yeah.
So exactly. So, okay, everybody's coming from the point, and if you are seeking whatever the hell you're seeking, okay, you know, we'll work from that.
Yeah.
So, mass illegal, no. Mass illegal, no, because, I mean, guys, I know you guys have a problem over there in your countries, but we have a problem of our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to fix this so we can see what we need.
Exactly.
And if you are needed, hey, praise the Lord, you're needed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, but let me say this. One guy over there says, "You don't know how." Actually, he say, "You don't know how our system works, brother." With all of your respect, you know what? We might not know what you know because there's always somebody who knows more than I.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we know because we see it. So uh, master legal it's bad. I mean, and then you ask a question about how we can fix our country.
Yeah. Well, here before you continue, let's stay on the immigration. What do you hear when I give you the stats that our population here in Washington State is declining, but the actual growth of the population within this last year or so has been 78% from migration. What do you think about that when you hear that? What are you thinking?
Well, migration is several points. I mean, you have migration from another state, so you have migrations from out of the country. Which one do you guys have?
Yeah. But there's a lot of people leaving Washington, and well, most Republicans are leaving. But just when you hear that most of the when you hear migration, it's not American. It's actually foreigners.
Okay, foreigners are coming to your country because migration. I don't know why they like the cold weather. I mean, it rains
Yeah.
and it's cold all the time, and well, most of the time. Or Washington. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you like that weather, hey, praise to you. I love that weather.
No, I don't really. How would I say this? Look. I know we're gonna go a little bit sideways here. The only reason why I left Washington State before back in 2005 was because I was getting sick so many times, and I don't know if I started getting some sort of allergies. I thought, you know what, maybe it's just raining too much, the must and the whatever. I moved to California. I kid you not, bro. I had the worst freaking flus, fevers of 104. I went to Huntington Beach, boom, I got sick. I went to Fullerton, boom, I got sick. I went to Anaheim, doggone it, I got sick. I went to Pasadena, got sick. Everywhere I went, I got sick. And then I became immune to things. And then I just couldn't afford to live in California. So I came back, missing the weather, by the way, in Cali. But I love the rain now, and I don't complain about it. I don't get as sick as much as I used to. And I acknowledge that this rain, whether it's inconvenience for us, is the reason why this state is so beautiful, with nature and the trees and the mountains and you got rivers and the lakes and you got, there's no lack of water. If anything, we have too much sometimes, But that's how I see Washington, and that's why I think it's beautiful. Do I want to live somewhere tropical? Absolutely, bro. I just got to do my job here to say, hey, you know what, Mindspeak? I did my best in Washington. I couldn't cut it. It's all my fault, and I'll take responsibility. But I tried, and at least I can leave that behind as my legacy, and then I can just go live whatever the hell I want. But I got to give it a shot. All right, with that being said, go ahead and continue with your immigration.
Yeah, your plan was you went to South Anaheim and all those parts of California. I mean, you got pollution.
Well, that's a good point. That is true. I think more in the Sacramento area was a little bit better. I think.
It was.
I went too far. I went too far.
You went too far. But I mean, the north, the more of the north you are, the quality of the air is better. I mean, if you go south, your eyes gonna be burning, and all of a sudden you're gonna start sneezing for walnut.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, but it's climatite. Your body will climatite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Washington. I mean, I was in Eugene. And oh my Lord, it rained all the way. I mean, it was cloudy all the way. And then they said that if you go either farther north, it's worse. but the thing
It's
is
very
that
similar. Yeah.
yeah, but I was like, bro, you haven't seen rain weather like it's in my country. If you go to
The
if you go
heavy
to
ass
raining,
drops. Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
The big drops.
If you go to my
Hell
country,
yeah.
you guys gotta think you guys are getting bombed all those
Yeah.
thunder strikes and all that stuff. I mean, no, we know about weather, but anyways,
Yeah. It's no joke. Sometimes it feels like somebody's slapping the mess out of you, bro. Like big ass drops. They're so fat.
yeah, exactly, and we
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
We loved,
It
we
is.
loved
It is
it
beautiful.
as a kid.
Yeah, it is
We
beautiful.
loved it as a kid. We played with the mud and all that.
Man,
Yeah,
yeah, dude, I used to swim on 13th Street, bro. It was just a river that grew there because the cloacas, the sewer will get all
yeah.
clogged and stuff. And so when it rained, there was this big flood down the street. Man, we used to go in there like it was some river. We were swimming around, and it is a what do you call it? Not a is it a tragedy? What's another word for it?
Yeah, it was fun. That's the word.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fun.
It was tragedy for adults, but for us was fun, you know.
All these guys over here to do a snow fight. Oh man, you should try mud fight.
Yeah. Hey man,
No, but
go ahead.
I mean, it's our culture. It's something that it reminds us, and also tied us to our childhood. And we keep that one in the bank, and we always remember how it was. But I mean, I don't, overall, I mean, what you asked a question about how can we make our
Affordability, yeah. How can we fix
yeah,
affordability? Oh, Jason from the Philippines says, people think it rains a lot here. They should move to the Philippines. They get the same, bro.
same,
Yeah, they
brother.
get a lot of rivers down the street in the Philippines, and the kids love it, bro. I seen adults too. I seen adults
Yes.
dancing in the rain. Filipinos are probably one of the happiest people, dude. I can dare say that I love Filipino people. I really do. Maybe they don't love me, but I really love Filipino. It's good to have you in here, Jason.
Yeah, the only difference between Philippines rain and our rain is we didn't have to slide. Otherwise, we
Yeah,
will.
yeah, they got better locations. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly, Bobby. Come on,
yeah,
guys. I mean, enjoy it. Put that one in the bag and remember how it was to be this and to be that.
yeah,
I mean, enjoy it. I mean,
yeah.
but going back to your subject, and by the way, I just want to say, yeah, Robert, I am drinking. And
I
thank you
told
for
you
reminding
every
me.
time I talk to MindSpeak, I am assuming 99% of the time it is 5 o'clock somewhere. This guy is drinking something. I just know it.
You have to. I mean, if I get caught, I got plenty of alcohol for
I'm,
whatever.
I'm gonna tell
But
you,
anyway,
if I was with him right now, this guy will be hugging me too much, man. He will be, he
I'll
will
be
be, he'll be acting too brotherly.
hey, no, I'll get that done.
Yeah, I know my people, bro.
I'll get that done, but hey, you'll be friendly. Anyways,
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
you know what it gets me? You know what it gets me? Is it I came to this country in 1993, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 4 years after me.
Yeah, 1993 I came to this country. And of course, when you're a kid, you don't give a damn about nothing.
Right.
And especially when you're a teenager,
Hey, Bernie, how are you? Yeah.
And, but then you settle. And then you start looking reality. And that's a hard point for everybody. When you start looking reality, when you get married and then your first kid pops out, because all of a sudden, hey, emotions got to you and you couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry for the graphic, guys, but
Yeah,
hey, come on.
we're adults.
I mean, anybody feels offended about what? Are you 12? Whatever.
Yeah, we're adults. We're supposed to be adults. There's some people that bring their kids to call me and insult me, but that's bad parenting right there.
Exactly. And then you come to a reality, and then you don't care because everything works for you.
Yeah.
Everything works for you. But then you reach our age, and damn, that's a big wake-up call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you cross the 40s, Whoever's under 40, oh my God, you guys are for a big ass wake up call.
Yeah, huge. But tell me this
Huge.
though. But tell me this. You see, we know what our people talk about when they talk about migrating to the states. We know about anchor babies. I've talked about this earlier. Blah blah blah. Why do you think that Americans are so naive to think that we, as illegal immigrants, don't get benefits? Why would you think that they really believe that that kind of sort of stuff doesn't happen? Like they think that illegal immigrants, they're peachy. They're just great people all around, and it doesn't matter if there is bad people in there. They just don't see the bad people. Why do you think they do that?
Because they be know to classify who's good and who's bad. I mean, we do it too. We do it. We also do it to classify who's bad for ourselves.
Yeah.
And who's good for ourselves.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we should be judging it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's common sense. I mean, you see somebody doing something wrong. I mean, you're like, oh, fuck this guy. I mean, sorry for my friend.
Yeah, basically.
So, and then you see people. I mean, they're friendly. They help you in any way. And all of a sudden, I mean, like, especially, let's say, for example, where you live and where I live. I mean, I can only talk where I live because I don't know where you. I mean, I know you're in Washington, but I don't know exactly where you live. But where I live, I mean, I have Chinese, whites, blacks, all over the place. They'll say hi and they love me, and they kind of like approve me and approve them.
Yeah.
Because I know they're not bad persons, and they know I'm not a bad person. So I kind of like mingle to where their mentality is. Now, if I see somebody that is, I mean, back in the ghetto in LA, I mean, you see this guy just staying in one spot, doing walnut, and you're like, oh, I mean, you know what? F these guys. I mean, I don't want my kids to grow among these guys because I know these guys are bad. I don't care what race they are.
Yeah.
I don't care what nationality they are. I don't even care if they're citizens of this beautiful country. I don't care about that. Maybe you guys are bad influence for my kids, and you guys are making my blog look bad because every 3 days there's always police here. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Well,
we always look that way.
Let's switch gears on me a little bit because I'm looking at the chat. When you talk about Walmart or any sort of company like that hires a certain amount of employees at minimum wage, because this is not a college degree job. This is something that I've been trying to reteach. I'm not making this up. Reteach something that has been taught. If you don't have a higher education than high school, you will work at Walmart. Now, there's no shame on it. It's honest work, and I don't make fun of people like that. I appreciate them because they're working honestly and they're earning a living. Now, they don't make more than the minimum wage, or they shouldn't, according to the way I was taught, because this is a job that, while everybody can work it, it's not a high-paying job. It's a minimum wage sort of job. And, when you hear people bitching and complaining about, like the roofer in here, he says that 60%, I don't know where the hell that comes from, but 60% of people in Walmart, I think is wrong. It's probably more like 90% of Walmart employees are in welfare because the pay shouldn't be that high. You know what I'm saying? But they complain about the pay for these people, but they don't realize that there is two choices. One, you and I, right? We build a company. There's just two choices. One, and I know that you and I both agree, I'd rather pay somebody more that will be productive, that is going to get the job done, and that I can rely on 100%. Or we can be the company that provides more employment, and we can hire two people and pay them less, both of them, even though one is better than the other, and then that way we're providing money, we're splitting money as a socialist social event. Testing for me, you split one job into two. You pay them less, but now you have two people employed. How do you feel about that comparison? Having 100 employees making this much, or 50 making this much better payment. How do you feel about that?
Well, the bottom line is that every company wants profit.
Of course, yeah. No, nobody says a company to be broke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whenever an employee comes out and says, "I'm making less than my neighbor or whatever," well, go do what your neighbor is. Now, a Walmart is like a fast food place. If you haven't looked at it as a bus stop, you run.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you on the run. It's a bus stop. I mean,
Yeah,
you went in there, and you start making money, and then you start bitching about and complaining about the pay.
yeah,
Now, remember, it's a bus stop.
yep,
Now, either you stay in the bus or you get out of the bus and jump in another bus.
yep.
I mean, a lot of people with a low IQ like mine, because mine is like below low.
I'm sure you have a higher IQ than the roofer and the liptards that come into my chat.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys are like, no, but we should. Brother, every time you say you should, or you should make this much, you know what
Yeah.
you're doing?
Yep,
You're hurting. You're hurting. You're kicking my nuts,
yep,
and you're kicking my D,
yeah,
and you're kicking my ass.
yeah,
Because every time you say I should,
yeah,
it's like, if I should give you what you ask, I'm asking you for more than what you are. So do not tell me that I should pay you more for the same. If you're gonna come over to me and say I think I earn, and I believe that I deserve, I will tell you the same damn thing, and you ain't gonna like it.
yeah. Yeah, the truth
Yeah,
hurts.
so-
Truth hurts. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, you don't pay what I pay.
Bro, yeah, I don't make the money you make. I barely make any money here in this shit. Telling the truth doesn't look. Telling the truth and not being a liar, like a real liar, trying to just do things for views and clicks. It's if you're honest, it doesn't pay. That's the bottom line. But the reward is not the monetary that I get, even though people bless me a lot. That is not the reward. It's to be honest to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a saying on the Mexican part that I have learned.
Robert said, "Gets to the point or shut the hell up." Mind speak.
Exactly. Yeah, whatever. Robert, shut the hell up.
I'm corrupting you guys. This is my fault right here. The hat. That's my fault.
Hey, Robert, you're my boy. Anyways, the thing is, this saying on the Mexican language? I mean, the truth will not hurt you, but it will make you uncomfortable.
Yeah. I agree.
Because you know it's right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So the thing is right now is, and I've seen this for so many damn years, bro. Why is it that everybody, and not just in this country, everybody around the world always looks the USA whenever they have a problem?
Yeah.
And they always wants to get bailed out by us. I mean, I'm still waiting over here and asking myself, when is going to be our turn? Because, I mean, the UN, I mean, we're the ones who pay more than all the countries.
Yep, we know this.
5%, yeah, 5%, 2%,
Yep.
and others. And
I know.
We pay we pay more percent.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, another country starts a war, and they want us to bail them out. And because everybody is afraid of the United States, oh, you better fucking do it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because we are a people of integrity. The ones that have left and they're on the ground, they did have integrity. They had love for the country. The ones that we are right now, we also do, and the ones that we're raising, there will be too. Because, I mean, we're sick and tired of belly people. Jesus. I mean, spending so much money for what?
Robert said you're over the 5-minute limit, bro. Robert is suffering. He's like, get this clown off the phone, man. Even the libtards are getting bored, bro. They're over here yawning, yelling at you, bro.
Don't worry about it. The truth doesn't hurt, guys. It just makes you uncomfortable because you guys know I'm right. Because you guys have put up with other countries' stupid wars, and we always have to pay for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of a sudden, we are here suffering and says, when is our turn?
Well, Lucky One says Lucky One says you're boring. Defend high prices or just say you're gay already. He said defend high prices or just say you're gay already.
Okay, hey, it takes one gay man to notice another one. And hey, guy, don't make me start. I mean, Donald Trump that I like to rape people. So hey, don't go there.
Oh, watch out, man! This guy. Okay, that's at least 12-pack talk right there.
Exactly. Don't go there. I'll take you to the mothership and make you sexual, experience on you. But anyways.
Yeah. No, Chicken. About time you say something right. Doing the right thing even when nobody is looking. Good night, cutie. I really I defend President Trump. Number one, he's my president. I really appreciate him. I really believe in what he's doing. I defend him a lot because, as a person that believes in forgiveness and all these other stuff, I can tell when somebody loves someone, and as much as they call him a pedophile, I have only seen adult women being with Trump. Whether he was an adulterer, whatever, that's his past, that's his life, that it is what it is. He is, this whole beauty pageant thing they bring up sometimes. It's just like, bro, if you were there, if you have actual facts, open your mouth and say something. In the meantime, if it's just an alleged, just don't say shit. When I tell you that our government here, like Bob Ferguson, right, or the rest of the DEI group here, when I tell you that they are wasting taxpayer dollars on laser hair removal in prisons, it's not a joke. Taxpayer money is being used for this. It's being used for breast implants, bro. Taxpayer money. You can't even afford, you can't even get a circumcision to be covered. But they're going to put fake breasts on men that pretend or they believe they're women. That's cosmetic. That has nothing to do with anything. And if you believe you're a woman, you would have everything a woman has. That's the facts. But you can't just go in and just put fake stuff and pretend that you're real. It's just like a woman. I'm sorry. If there's ladies out there, I apologize in advance. But I'm not really apologizing because it's your fault. I have known, brother, I have known women that you see them and then you see them with makeup and then you see them without makeup. You're like, where the hell did that person go? Who are you? Like who are you? And then the worst thing is this, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree with me. Every Latina today looks identical, bro. The same damn 5 pounds of makeup. Everybody looks the same. I swear, some of these people look like Sylvester Stallone with how much makeup they put on. It is ridiculous. And I'm just like, why can't you just be natural? Like, listen, I understand a little bit of powder. I get it. Some eyeliner. I'm going to tell you something. The most like sensual things that you can do is maybe a little bit on the eyebrows. Don't be like the Chicanas. They like to look like clowns. I am sorry, but all these Mexican girls, especially all these Mexican and Salvadorian women down in California, they like to look like clowns. They shave their eyebrows and they tattoo their eyebrows. Well, some white women do that too, but they all look the same. Once the makeup is on, is the same person with a flat ass, big booty, no titty, big titty. That's the difference, the shape of the body, but the face is exactly the same of every Latina, it seems like, down in California, especially the ones that go to the club. Yes or no? Do you see that?
Yeah, I have seen that, and the thing is,
it's horrible.
The thing is, yeah, I have seen that. I mean, filters are awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is that we have spent so many money on stupidity, because that's what it is, stupidity. Boob jobs, ass job, abdomen job. Go to the gym. Go walk.
Yeah.
Go run. If you don't want to walk or run for something, I mean, I will let go one of my dogs and let you chase you. You better run, because you will run. Yeah, even my neighbors are laughing. Anyways, the thing is that we have spent so much money on stupidity. That's what it is.
It's a waste money, man. It's waste.
It is a waste money. It it doesn't matter who did it. Democrats, Republicans, all these political, they have waste money on stupidity. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, don't you guys care about taxes?
Yeah.
Don't you guys care about property taxes? Don't you guys care about how much gas prices are cost? How much taxes on property taxes cost? I mean, once upon a time, when I came to this country, the gas prices were like 97 cents a gallon, and all of a sudden they started making cars that were lighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were not heavy,
yeah.
So they were lighter. So they have to raise the gas prices on them, because we had to count like dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the American dream is for you to own a house, but you actually don't own it. Aren't you guys bothered about that? That actually you buy a house and then in 30 years it's yours, but it's actually not yours? Isn't that bother you guys?
You're wasting your breath. You're a piece of garbage, says Benjamin.
Listen here, Benjamin. You have a nice name, and I do respect, because the first one was biblical, and I know Bible.
And it's in my dollar bill, my $100 bill.
It's biblical, and it's in a bill that I do love. But you know what? Fuck you.
Hey, you owe me a super for that F word, bro. What the hell is wrong with you? You know, when you get to the F word, you got to pay for that. It's a swear jar. It's a swear jar.
It's a swear jar. But it's true though. Everybody has a problem with everybody. That's the problem. You guys don't have a problem with the way of living. You guys have a problem with the party.
Yeah.
Bottom line,
yeah.
You guys have a problem with the Republicans because they do this and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You guys have a problem with Democrats because they do blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I swear a lot, and I don't want to swear, but
Oh, no. Wait, you're Salvadorian. You guys don't curse. What?
Yeah, I'm a different Salvadorian.
Please, bro. I know very rare Salvadorians that don't curse, bro. That's how bad Central Americans are, bro. We're horrible.
I came to this land when I was 15, and I live in this land for so many years. I'm grateful for it. Praise to this land. I love this land because it's different from where I came from. And you know what? You guys don't like me. You know what? Suck it. But that's about it. That's about it. I came here when I was 15. I'm 48 right now.
Yeah, I'm a year older than you.
Yeah, so, hey, let me tell you something, you damn morons. I don't care what party you guys are. I get my driver's license through the mail, and I get my everything through the mail because that's how clean
Same.
my my criminal record's more cleaner than your wife's.
Oh, yeah. Beep. I don't know. I already know where that's going.
Everybody.
All right, let's give let's give a chance for another caller to call in. I think somebody was trying to call, but I don't want to interrupt you, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, you know what? That's my point of view. We have to stop. Before I can let you go, we have to stop.
Mind
taking
speak.
care of the world, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to stop. We have to stop. We have to stop taking care of the world. We have to stop taking care of whoever has a problem, and all of a sudden they want us. You know what they want us? You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Because
that's who we are, man. We gotta help. That's who we are.
We are patriots, and there's there's so much money. So much money. I mean, whenever you hear the word, oh, we're about to spend trillions, billions.
Yeah, I know. I know, man.
That's how we are. We pitch into our country.
You know what I say? You know what I say to that? It's we have had how many administrations that have been just using money, wasting money, but they never replenish that money back into our economy. Like that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with Trump. Like, okay, he's doing the same thing as everybody else is, but he's the one that secured what is it, 18 to 21 trillion dollars in agreements and deals coming back to the states. I mean, let's not go around the bush. You don't have to go that far. Go to Michigan, right? That Democrat lady, bro, she hates Trump, but you see, she's at least saying, wow, I see the manufacturers being built. I see the things that are going to be coming in here. Thank you, Trump, for making it happen. And that doesn't mean she's a Trump lover or, whatever the people want to call us that support him. The policies are solid. The policies are good. And I agree with you. I really wish that I can tell you that we will not ever help anybody because they don't appreciate us. And when we say they is the opposite people that don't like us. Even if we're helping their country, they still hate us because they love misery. Misery is their best company. And you can't fix people like that, man. I always go down to this road because our enemies are, we know it's China and Russia and North Korea. We know who our enemies are. But, most importantly, the ones that come in here most likely are Middle Eastern terrorist Muslim people. And they give a bad name to Muslims. I mean, every religion that I believe, all of them are fake except for mine, and I'm sure they feel the same way. We can live together with each other and just respect what our culture is. The difference is here in the United States, some people believe that their religion is so supreme, they don't want to abide by the laws of the United States, and I can't stand for that. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, the only thing is that every religion is fake except ours.
Yeah, well, I believe it, but I'm sure they believe that as well about their religion.
Yeah, well, the only thing is that there's only one religion that kind of like teaches to be a terrorism.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to say it.
Yeah,
We know.
Catholics not. I mean, Jehovah's Witnesses not. I mean, you can name them, but it's only one, and you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, there's only one way, and that's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I know. Listen, there is a warning in the Bible that no one should add or take away from the Bible. But guess what? The Bible has been put together for so many years that if you don't have the Holy Spirit, you're gonna fall away. But I can just tell you this. If somebody like the Jehovah's Witnesses, right, they believe that by deeds they're going to be saved, even though that goes against what Jesus Christ actually teached. But they also remove the word hell from the Bible because they don't like to use the word hell in the Jehovah's Witnesses. Then you have Mormons. Mormons have their own holy book, which for many, many years was above the Holy Bible. And now in their time that they have evolved to know what Christians really are. Now they call themselves Christians instead of Mormons. And, they're starting to accept that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. And now the Bible has precedence over the Mormon book from Joseph, from Joseph Smith. And, you have all these religions that, if they want to really save souls, they would just follow the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's it. I don't even, if you don't care, you don't need to have the Old Testament. You don't have to have any idea how the world was created. You don't have to know the wars. You don't have to know all the atrocities and the genocides that have happened throughout history. You don't have to know all that. Just learn the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ and the New Testament, and good golly, you are going to be saved. Good for you. I like to know everything. I like to know how things make sense, how things don't make sense. And that's just how I will leave it there for now until somebody else opens up the book again on religion. But yeah.
Because Jesus Christ is not a religion.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what everybody gets around, and everybody all of a sudden says, yeah, I'm a religion, whatever.
Yeah.
You still practice whatever you practice. So it goes against it. But anyways,
yeah.
I mean, religion, if you want to get in trouble, like I always said, go ahead and talk religion and go ahead and talk politics.
That's what my channel is about. And I already know the heat's coming. All right, brother. Thanks for calling. I will talk to you soon, brother.
All right, much love to you, brother.
Yep. Be blessed. Have a good night. I think that what I'm going to do, maybe tomorrow, since it's Friday, tomorrow night, I think we're just going to, let's see if we can just have some fun. I don't know if the libtards or the people on the left want to join us. But I would like to open up Friday night. I don't know every Friday, but tomorrow I think it's fun. I love listening to stories. So if you want to call in and share a story, something that happened to you, I think Friday nights, we can always make fun of ourselves and we can tell stories. And I got so many stories that I can tell you that are not true, but nonetheless, they're stories. When I tell you stories about me, they're always true. Whether they're good or bad is irrelevant. They're always true. All right, Arizona, sorry about that. Thanks for calling back. All right, thanks for calling back. I'm sorry, I didn't want to hang up on my friend. Who we're talking to?
Dennis, what's up?
Who?
This is Charlie.
Oh, hi, Charlie. How are you?
I'm good. How's Alfonso's going?
Oh, it's going. We'll see what's going to happen with all this craziness. What did you want to share with us tonight?
Well, I don't know. I think what's really important is what's happening in our United States.
Yeah.
We have enough trouble here of our own religions.
Yeah.
Like you just mentioned, there's a bunch of wackadoodle religions.
Oh, yeah.
But the main thing for me is just being in the Word. I don't go to any church.
Yeah.
But I stay in the Word.
Yeah.
But my thing is about calling is like Planned Parenthood. What a stupid move of $9 billion.
Yeah, don't get me in too much in trouble, but that is true.
Okay, and so why, as a teenager, they lie to parents?
Yeah, yeah.
And that started it way back in the 70s. Them lying to parents and letting girls have abortions. And so why not give it to the family? Let the insurances cover it. Let the family unity come together and make these decisions.
That's because they don't like accountability.
And they want to steal money.
Yeah. Well,
They want to hide money.
I am a guy I was born in the 70s. I'm still old school and I'm new school, so to speak. And I'm blessed because I like to be a man that has balance. If you watch my show, you know I'm a clown.
I do.
And you know that when I'm serious,
I've watched for a long time.
yeah, and you know that when I'm
serious,
serious,
because it was a joke way back when you were hungry and you're looking for a place and you went to Alfonso's.
yeah. No, and so, but I'm a human and I like to experience all kinds of things. When I remember sad memories, when there's times where. Let me see. Let me give you a couple of scenes from a movie that make me cry every single time, and I try not to. Okay, so I'm gonna try to hold my feelings so that I don't cry telling you these two things. But there's one of them is from the movie called The Patriot. The Patriot from Mel Gibson. There is a part.
Okay, that was a good one.
It was a very good movie. So the son enlists on the militia. He goes to fight. The father doesn't want to fight because he knows the atrocities of war and the craziness that can happen in war. But they go to this safe place to where they're going to look after his little girl. His little girl, that's his heart, and she's daddy's little girl. But because he was gone to so many battles for so long, she didn't want to talk to him anymore. Okay? And then, he's brokenhearted. Like the guy, he's a great actor. He couldn't swallow, like he's hurt. His eyes are all watery. Like, I understand, baby. It's okay. And then as he starts leaving, the little girl, which now is a grown woman, the little girl says, Papa. Oh my gosh. My eyes just started too much lubrication in the eyes, and I started tearing up so much. I love my little girls, and now they're all grown up and stuff. But then I now have another scene that is emotional to me, and that is the scene of Moses from a movie called The Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston, right back in the 60s, I believe it was. And there is the scene where he is in the mud with the Hebrews when he's trying to experience what the life as a slave is, and he's in the mud, just dancing around with hay, making hay and mud, mixing for bricks and whatnot. And there's an old man there, a very old man, and he says something to the taskmaster. The taskmaster told him to watch his mouth. He opens his mouth again and throws something at him, and it cuts him stabs him right in the gut. And so right before he falls into Moses' arms. Now, this is just a movie. This is not biblical. It's just a movie. But Moses is staring at him, and the old man says that the one thing that he regrets says, I have been praying all my life. And he says, what is it, old man? What have you been praying? This is my words. And the old man says, I only had one thing that I asked for. And I asked God, he says, that before my eyes close on this world, that I would stare into the eyes of the deliverer of our people. And oh my gosh, right now I had to really control myself because that is so moving.
That is so
It's
awesome.
so powerful. And if you learn from the Bible, there's this thing. I made a thing to myself when I was in my early 20s. I don't want to memorize scripture, and maybe that's a bad idea, but I remember one night I was having so many problems in my marriage that I was trying to be. Let me tell you this. I was a bad person, and I got married, and everything was great, except we fight, but we were together. We're great. And then I wanted a change, and I changed into the person that I am today. And, that destroyed my marriage because supposedly the wife, she wanted a bad guy. And I changed to be a very nice guy. And she said I was too nice. It got too boring for her, and she ended up being with somebody else. But I tell you this because I was struggling in my life, and I remember sitting in the couch in the living room, and I remember reading the Bible. And before I read the Bible, I made a prayer, and included in that prayer was, Holy Spirit, you are welcome in this temple. And I started praying, reading in the Bible. And I found myself in a sense of, I hope I can describe this well. I was muted. Now, I can tell that I'm still reading, but I'm muted. I'm no longer reading out loud. And then I go into this area and I have a vision. And I see a multitude of people. And I see myself older, and I have this suit. I remember the color and everything. And it looked like I was either giving a speech or I was preaching or something, but it was multitudes of people. And when when I come back to me, I started hearing myself that I'm still talking. It's like I left my body in auto mode. It's weird. And I came back, and my pages in the Bible were soaked with tears. I guess my body was just crying the whole time. And I just can't explain that to anybody. I can tell you that, but you're gonna think I'm crazy. And
No, you have to experience it.
yeah, it's very powerful. But the main thing that I want to say is this: that I ask for the Word of God to be sealed in my heart and in my mind. And everything in life, I always find the logic for it. It just makes sense to me. Like, the parables, they make sense to me. I can apply those parables to every single aspect of my life. Like you can put the seeds, right? Some of the seeds landed on some rocks, and some of the seeds landed on further ground, and you have this, and you can apply that to your life. Sometimes you get friendships and people that they're so excited about being with you and supporting you, but they, after some time, they kind of get used to it and they betray you. And then there is those people that are very, very nice. They're very honest. They don't promise you the world, but they're always there with you when you need them. And, this is a parable from the Bible. And if you try to think which one and you don't know the Bible, you'll be like, what the hell is he talking about? That's not in the Bible. Well, it's there.
It is.
So, the story of the talents, right? The story of the vineyard, the master that offered the same pay for one day. He gave everybody, even the person that came in at the last hour, he paid them the same way.
And then on the road,
Right?
people passing by.
Yeah. I love, I love stories from the Bible. I really do. I see them in a different way. And I've read the Bible many times, but it seems like every time I read it, it's something different because, it comes out to the light. So I appreciate that. Now, give me something that you think. What state are you in? Are you in Arizona?
I'm in Prescott, Arizona.
Okay, Arizona. I had a caller a few days ago that he's retired, but he's planning to run for governor. He wanted to donate to me running for governor here in Washington State, but I said I had to make sure that it's official first because I had to be confirmed, right, after you put in the name and the application. I meet all the requirements, but you still have to wait for the confirmation. And once I get that, I'll probably make a speech out in public, and we'll go off from there. And but he wants to run for governor in Arizona for the same reasons that I do here, and he feels that Arizona just is going the wrong way. I don't know if that's a fact, but what can you tell me about Arizona?
The sheriff?
I'm not sure if he's a sheriff, to be honest. But he sounded like a very wise man. Older man, by the way, of course.
There's a few of them here. Hopefully, we can get the good ones in.
What can you tell me about Arizona? Is that a red state, blue state? How do you see? How do you qualify? What do you see with the economy there?
It depends where you live. Here in Yavapai County,
yeah,
I'm gonna say most of us are patriots. When they come up with their buses, we're out in the streets with our guns on our hips. So it's a deterrent.
Yeah, I like it. Yep. I like it.
And so, for me though, talking on serious subjects, when you mention like Sharia law.
Oh yeah.
That is a danger for us. But I do have to say something too about a Muslim.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I managed a beauty shop in Little Rock, California.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know anything about the customs of their country. Thank goodness how they treated women. But this man was very good to me. And it's really sad is we don't know the good people from the bad people.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of studying on the Quran, and Dr. J. Smith, Hamas's son. I mean, we're getting a lot of our knowledge from people letting us know how bad they are.
Have you learned how Muslims came about?
Well, yeah. If you go through J. Smith, it was actually a German man that wrote part of it. A Dutch man wrote part of it. And that was in the 600s, 900s. 3 Arab men, and I don't know their names, but 3 of them wrote it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history, and of course, I love going deep into finding out who, why. Like you mentioned, the Mormons. I mean, the guy was killed, in Illinois,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Muslims did not. The Muslims was not a religious or spiritual people that ask for government. It was actually a political movement that started 600 after Christ, 600 years after Christ. So, you know, when people compare religions, they always go, "Oh, what about the Torah? What about this thing?" And you know, it's like, okay, listen, people can believe what they want. All I can tell you is, we know today what is morally right and what isn't. A lot of people that read the Bible, they like to read some scriptures, but they don't read the whole context of the Bible. Just read the whole Bible. Don't stop. Don't skip back and forth. This is not that time.
It's all about love is the bottom line. When you read the Word of God, your conclusion should be love.
Yeah.
What is love?
Yeah.
It's being courageous. It's being, kind to your neighbor. It's everything positive. It's not killing each other. It's not. I mean, we got some really crazy religions out there, and we have enough problems with our own religions here. There are long others coming here and bringing theirs.
Yeah. Well, you know, that a lot of people, they think that because the explanation or the meaning that is given in the Bible, what love is, they think that we're ever going to hold all those feelings together. That's not how it works. No. Because if I love you, I'm going to tell you the truth. If I love you, I'm going to discipline you. If I love you, I'm going to show you that I care for you. If I love you, I wouldn't lie to you. If I love you, I wouldn't cheat on you. If I loved you and you get offended when I speak the truth, well, that's also loving you as well, even if you don't like it. Even grabbing you by the hair so that you don't fall off a cliff, that is also loving you. It's
Oh my God, right?
Yeah, it's just like, sometimes we punish our kids because we know what's going to happen to them if they go out there and do drugs. And so, we got to discipline them, but that's because we love them. And I think that the people that believe that supporting illegal activities, they think that's love. That is not love. You're lying to them, and lying is not love. It doesn't fit to tell people, especially with this transgender movement and the LGBTQ, to tell a man, a little boy, that you are a girl. That is Satan. That is satanical. That is not love.
They can take our child out of a school,
Yep.
not let us know,
Yep.
take them to another state and cut off their balls.
Yep.
There is something really wrong with that.
It is very demonic. It's very demonic.
Watching porn in our schools,
That's
and then
crazy.
we get arrested if we say something.
Yeah.
By the FBI, charge our home and arrest and frighten our family.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really scary. I mean, right now we have Trump, and people should think they're God. But what's going to happen when he goes out?
Yeah.
Hopefully we get somebody as strong as him. If not, it's going to be, they will double down in cutting off boys' balls.
Yeah. Well, somebody's asking on the chat, well, what about deportation? Is that love? Absolutely. There's two ways to go about it. We can either shoot them, which we'll never do, obviously. We believe in human rights, and, we're Christian people. Or we can keep them in prison. But I want you to understand something. Deportations, it is called repatriation. They are not going to prison at CCOT if they're not rapists, convicted murderers, convicted criminals. They are going back to their country. And as a matter of fact, no administration has done, regardless if you like Kristen Noem or not, and those $220 million on advertisement. I know how expensive advertising is. She should have thought about it twice, but she has over 2.5, almost 3 million self-deportations that we didn't have to use agents to force them. We didn't have to send 20 agents because American citizens and all the illegal immigrants are impeding, obstructing ICE agents, putting themselves in the way, in harm's way. They're putting the agents in harm's way, and then they're putting themselves in harm's way as well. We got 2 people killed for stupidity.
For her to be fired, I think there's more people that should be out of there, like Omar, AOC.
Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely. You're preaching to the choir.
Come on, way before her.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we have the whole Congress, as far as I'm concerned, most of them should be replaced.
Yeah. Well, I agree 100%, and I feel bad for my favorite Senator Kennedy. I love that old
Oh
man.
my God. The fear I saw on his face when he first started, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I already knew that they were going to get him in every direction. I mean, you've got corporations
Yeah.
after him big time.
Yeah, I love that. I love
And
Senator
I come
Kennedy.
from a farming family. My family were all farmers. People butchered on their land.
Yeah.
Now they're stopping all this kind of stuff. These people that are making these rules and regs need to be stopped. Gates, Soros, these are foundations.
We have a saying in
Rothschilds.
Spanish. I don't know how it would be in English, but we have a saying in Spanish. And if you speak Spanish on the chat, you can help me out. There's a delay, so that's probably not gonna work. But there's a saying in Spanish that we said, "Hierba mala nunca muere," and that means that the bad weeds never die. That's just a saying, meaning that people that are evil, they just seem to outlast the people that are good.
I've always said that too. It's like, why, Heavenly Father?
Yeah.
And then my conclusion was, well, their hereafter is going to be a lot more painful.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this, that the way that I pray, I always pray as Jesus taught us to pray, but I also pray with the knowledge and understanding that we can ask the Father everything. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much I think something is not fair. It doesn't matter how much I think I'm in pain. Let it be your will. But this is what I want. But let it be your will and not my own. I love that. And,
Me too.
yeah,
And even though it hurts, we can pray for something for decades and not get answered.
well, remember the old
But
man
it's
story.
His will.
Remember the old man story from Moses, even though it's a movie. Think about that. Even at the last second, your prayer might be answered. The difference is that people think that when we die, that's the end. No, that's the beginning.
It's not.
Living
Right?
living our life is happy and joyful and never losing our faith. That is how we pass the test. And we can
I think
only
what's
do that by accepting Jesus and letting the Holy Spirit guide us and make us strength. It's stronger.
I think what's really special is what the Holy Spirit has really put on my heart lately. Is when you hear everybody talking about prophets. Sure, we've had many blessed prophets, many that have been burned at stake,
Yeah.
but we've never. Jesus was a seed of God. That's the difference. And the flesh of Mary.
Yeah.
So that is what is so powerful about Jesus. He is half God. He is God's seed.
Well, God is 100% man when he was on earth, but he's also 100%
He walked in
God.
the garden, remember? He
Yeah.
walked in the garden. Man was like, what's up? How do you know
Yeah.
you're
yeah.
naked?
Well, here, what I understand or I interpret from the Bible, every time if you hear the stories in the Bible, oh, Gabriel came and said this, and then Michael came and did that, and then it says the angel of the Lord. That is a different title that I understand. In Spanish is completely different, and I understand that is the Lord, not one of the angels of the Lord. It says the angel of the right. It's calling that angel the Lord, like that spirit is God, and he is the one that wrestled with Jacob. And people don't believe me, but that's how I see it. Jacob is
And it's
wrestling
true. I mean,
Jesus.
when you look at it, it says gods. So there was once a lot of gods here.
Well-
You know why do the people think we have all these beautiful buildings all over our world?
Yeah.
Because they once lived here.
Well, yeah.
They
Well,
once
yeah. Well,
mingled
there,
with men and women.
we're all gods, but little g gods.
Exactly.
Thank you, Charlie.
But
Thank you for
but
calling. I appreciate that.
anyway, thank you very much, Dennis.
You're
It's
very welcome.
a pleasure and blessings to everyone. And I really hope we can all come together and unite
Yeah.
and just show love to each other. And it scares me. People's minds are really scary.
Oh yeah. Well, we're humans and we can be very dark. That's why we got to pray every
Oh,
day.
yeah. Y'all can.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis.
Much love. God bless you and your family. Thank you for calling.
Blessings, you too.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right, for some of the people that were making fun of the two people that called, you are more than free to call right now, and go ahead and give me an idea. How can I help fix the economy? Oscar, you can call as well if you want, and you can give me your input. I don't think you agree with me on a lot of things, but I think you might have some good points. Cutting Edge, thank you for the super, bro. Paying some of the labor that this yours faithful is doing. If I recall correctly, in an interview years ago, Zorro said that if he had to hand Jews over to the Nazis again, he would do it. That and the fact that he thinks he's a god. Oh, wow. I don't know about that. Watch out. Little brother's calling. Thanks for calling. What's going on, Amar?
Well, I had to come on your show. I had to come talk about some things going on.
All right. Give me some updates. What's going on?
Well, I just need to know what is your thoughts on the war in Iran right now? What are your thoughts on President Donald J. Trump going in there and the Strait of Hormuz being closed off right now? I mean, we're at least 2 weeks into this war. We don't know what is the next move here with Iran now. We have Ayatollah. He's taken out. Right?
Yeah.
You know, we have his son. They want new leadership. I mean, you had people cheering. I mean, this has been going on for maybe, I want to say, 2 weeks now. What are you looking at right now? What are we thinking about this? Because you have people on the side that, there's polls going around. They're saying that President Donald J. Trump, he's doing the right thing by going into Iran. The price of oil, skyrocketing, right? We're seeing these skyrocketing prices in oil, but the thing is, you've seen what Iran, we've seen these cruisers that are getting just demolished.
Yeah.
They're demolishing these cruisers, the Navy. We demolished their Navy. And, what do we think what's going to keep happening? Do you think we're going to see some boots on ground? Do you think that President Trump is going to ramp up the military presence?
Yeah, so this is not facts, but just my opinion. Well, first of all, let me give you the pricing. Right now, I think we just hit the crude oil is at $96.2 a barrel.
Right, like $96 a barrel. We're up the
Yeah,
market.
yeah, put that in there. And then Brent, it's at 101. This is the stock prices.
We've seen already these prices skyrocket up.
Yeah, we've seen oil. Yeah,
Those markets, the Nasdaq and S&P and Dow have been down, trading down lower. And what is your thoughts on the economy, and what is your thoughts going forward with this?
Well, the thing is that what we did in Venezuela. The left kept saying that we want to just go down there and do regime change. Well, that's not what we did. We took out a dictator out of there, and even though we also believe the other person is just as bad, we didn't have warrants for her arrest. We didn't have anything going on for us to even get involved. And we managed to actually get a deal with this vice president that has taken over, Nicolas Maduro. And I think that President Trump was looking for something similar. And that President Trump gave Iran enough notice and warnings. He said, do not kill any of those people protesting. And I think President Trump already knew that they were going to kill protesters. But it's one of those things to where, like, I'm just going to give you a warning as a courtesy because I'm still going to mess you up. I'm just going to give you a courtesy warning. We let them know with just destroying the nuclear facility, that was enough. All they had to do was just let it be. Instead, what do? They want to brag about it. Now, some people on the left that have called me, they say, well, why do you believe that? And, you shouldn't be believing. Well, if the enemy is telling me that they're going to kill me. If the enemy says I have 60% enriched uranium in enough uranium to build 11 nuclear bombs, and then say death to you and your country, and then you tell me that you're working on technology to be able to have rockets to go across the continent to come and kill Americans, I tend to take that very serious. And if they are digging their own grave, well, that falls on them. I heard of an accident. Supposedly there was an accident. A school was hit with a missile. 100 people, something like that died. I my question would be like, why would there be students going to school when there is these things going on? With warring right in this country, and the way that I look at it is that we thought, all right, and I'm going to include myself because I'm a Trump supporter. We thought that by taking out Khamenei, that whoever took over, we were going to be able to say, hey, we warned you, right? We did this, we did that. He killed he killed his own people, so now I want you to do a different thing, do the right thing, and instead it's like Israel went.
Now by us going into war with
Well,
Operation Epic Fury.
well, hold on. So the problem is this: that Israel knows. I think Israel is right. So President Trump, he believed that he was going to have the next leader that he was going to deal with, and that he was going to be able to make a deal with them. But then Israel knows that's not going to work. You got to remove every single one of those rats out of there.
One head off, another head grows.
And well, he went over there and killed the other heads, and so now President Trump is like, son of a gun. Now what the hell am I going to do to deal with these people?
The fact that we haven't done this, and this is the Democratic
Here, hold on.
Party,
I got a
Democratic
super.
left.
I got a super from Cutting. Hold on. Let's see. The Strait of Hormuz is not closed. Furthermore, the military offered to escort them. I haven't seen that yet, Cutting Edge. Moreover, the price of gas is being manipulated as if it were Bitcoin. Most of the gas is already here, yet they are still charging you. The only thing that I have heard about the reason why gas prices are up is because the insurance companies, who are European, I believe, do not want to insure this boat. So if there's any damage to any of those boats, you got to remember that the oil companies that we have here, they also have stocks in those areas, and that will affect them. I was just answering the super here first. So that will affect that. But I believe that if we are able to be successful, mind you, I believe God is in control. But if we're able to be successful in this battles that we're doing, defensive strategies, just destroying just the military targets. We haven't gone to the whole country yet. That's war. Yeah, that's war. We're just disabling their military. We're not at war. They are at war with us, but we are just disabling them.
The terrorist proxies, everything, dude. They all
Right.
gotta go. The nuclear programs gotta go. The people in charge of the Islamic Brotherhood regime, the regime where we have people coming into our country that the Democratic Party supports, coming into our country, shooting up synagogues, shooting up churches, shooting up in the name of Islam.
Yeah, Allahu Akbar.
So it's people like Donald J. Trump who are going to protect Americans in the United States of America. The American citizens have the right to defend themselves, the same way we're doing right now in Iran.
Yeah.
And the thing, the price of oil going up, the price of gas. I just drove by a gas station, right? You got $3.43. Mind you, the price of gas under Biden was almost $4 a gallon, $3.89.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper in Tennessee. In Tennessee, it's cheaper, right?
I just want to say here, Donald J. Trump, he tweeted this: "The United States is the largest oil producer in the world by far, but when oil prices go up, we make a lot of money. But of far greater interest, according to me as president, is stopping an evil empire, Iran, from having nuclear weapons and destroying the Middle East. And indeed, the world, I won't ever let that happen." He's literally doing.
Wait till the call is done so you can call back.
And I think we can see this ending, not taking too long. I think there's going to be a deal on the table.
I hope so.
I think Iran's going to need a regime change, 100%. And I think we will, for the most part, people will see in the end that our president is doing the right thing by going in there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's wrong that he's there, but what I can say is that he can't really control everything that happens, and there's a high possibility that we will go to war completely with these people. And if we do that, there's a high possibility of boots on the ground. And the only thing I can say is that I am very proud of our military and our service people, all the sacrifice that the military people do. I am honored and we pray for them. We are not going to be like the leftists that have spit on them when they come home from a battle or war. We're going to support them no matter what.
They sat down for the American people. They sat down while President Donald Trump stood up. He stood up for us, and he stood up for everybody, and he's fighting for you. He's fighting for all of us right now, and he's fighting for the American people so we can be safe here on our borders. And then you want to talk about Schumer. Chad Schumer, we'll call him. You know, these are the same people, the same radical left lunatics that want to undermine President Donald J. Trump. They want to take anything and spin it off as what he's doing is going to hurt the economy. It's hurting, this is going up and everything's gone down. Price of gas has gone down. Eggs have gone down. Mortgage rates have gone down. No tax on tips. The one great big beautiful bill. No tax on overtime.
Yep.
No tax on Social Security.
Yeah.
Drug prices are gone down. I mean, you can't just people just don't believe it. They just don't. They're just not. They're gonna have to wake up one day when the president is not in office sitting there. They will regret it.
Well, they're loyalists, and unfortunately, the people that think that way, they put the hate. Their hate is stronger for one man than the love for their people, and I think that's what the difference is. Hey, thanks for calling, little bro. You keep praying and keep. Thank you. And keep praying and keep trusting in God, not in man, in God.
Christ.
Amen.
Jesus Christ, the Son of God.
That's right.
All right, Dennis. God bless you. I love you. God bless USA. Fight, fight, fight.
Let's go, baby. I love it when you put that on the chats. All right, go ahead. If you're calling and you couldn't get through, just try to do me a favor. If I'm on the call, nobody's screening. The whole team that I have here for the light, the monitoring, the audio, the crew that I have for the camera, it's all me. I got many hats. And you guys know that I got many hats. Go ahead. Let's see. Who else was calling here from California? You can call me back. There was a Kansas. Yeah, there is one. Okay, you call first, so I'll pick you up. All right, thanks for calling. What input do you want to give us? Any solutions that you can think of? And who's calling?
I was just calling. I was just listening to you guys. Thanks for giving me the moment to call.
Yeah, man. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, so, I mean, I voted for Trump. But the thing is, when there were certain certain things he promised that, that haven't really came through. And I thought he was kind of moving towards Christianity in a way. And then as soon as I seen him kiss the wall, of Israel, that Herrera built, I kind of realized, I also heard him say something when they brought up Jesus. He said, and Jesus, of course, for you guys, when he was saluting Israel. Yeah. So I don't know what that's all about, and it's kind of messed up. And then I got a family from Ukraine and family from Russia, and so I was born in America, and I was there in 2013, 2014, and I got to see both sides. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, as a person that is on both sides of family and is just going there without having any hate towards any side. Yeah. I've really seen how the news networks work there, and you can tell that they're trying to mislead people. I've seen the NATO ceremonies that were being there. And even though I'm all for America, I'm for the old school America. That's right. We're the patriots, the land of the free. And our parties, we all are fighting, but when you start to see all these things that are unfolding, you start to realize that the same people control these parties. Yeah. They're just making us play. So, me guys, if I had to say this, I mean, I'm really into God and Scripture and like the Book of Daniel, where it shows you the statues of all the empires that are going to be destroyed, and how the Roman Empire was going to be divided into 10, and nobody was going to conquer it. This is all Scripture or prophecy. And in the Iran war, it's always been told that the Muslims are going to take over. And when you study the families in the biblical sense, you realize Russia. They're going to get involved in it also. And that is the final war, So that's supposed to happen. I
Do
don't know
you
if it's this one.
do
But
you? I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you know who Gog and Magog is?
yeah,
Who are they?
I believe that's Russia and Iran. Yeah.
It's your people, man. It's your people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's it. And they are supposed to war. It's all prophesied. I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but it's all been
Yeah.
prophesied. And now let me address you first. The wall kissing. Remember that while this is a Christian Judaism country founded on those values, what you have to understand, and this is why I don't hate people of religion. I don't think they're real religions to me. It's that the president of the United States, he can be a Christian, he can be a so-called good Catholic, he can be a whatever he wants. Him kissing the wall, that's a religion. And in this country, we have the freedom of religion, and I think he's just trying to give people what they want. And being impartial, I don't blame him. When it comes to his salvation, that's between him and God. You know what I'm saying? That's between him and Jesus. So if you support that he is giving the First Amendment right, which is a constitutional thing to do, I wouldn't hate him for that. I would pray and hope that he will be saved. Remember what he said on the plane when people ask him for salvation about his salvation. He says, "I don't even think I'm saved. I don't even think I'm going to go to heaven." I think that's probably the most honest thing that he has said, and that just tells me that it doesn't matter if he feels like he's doing anything good. I think that for him to be honest enough to say, "I don't know if I'm going to heaven," that makes me want to pray for him more.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
so
Can I ask you a question?
yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about Jared Kushner, the one that married his daughter, Trump's daughter?
The son-in-law? I don't know much about
Yeah,
him.
well, I'll tell you right now how this guy grew up, and he has family connections to Netanyahu and the Israel
okay.
president, and
Sure.
and he has connections in America. And this guy made a peace treaty. He's not a politician or diplomat unless he became one recently. And he made a peace treaty between all these countries, and he doesn't even have the right to sit on that table, only because Trump allowed him to.
Sure.
He put himself there. When you look at scripture and you see the way the Antichrist is supposed to climb right up, and if you look at this war and everything, it starts to seem like it's pointing that Jared Kushner has more than a 40% already. If he says that he does it for a divine mission next, or if he does any of these things, he's fulfilling even more. His percentage even grows even more. So I'm waiting on these things.
It's not
There's
him.
a lot of people.
It's not him.
Who do you think it is? Because
So there's
people were saying,
this prophecy that I wouldn't dig too much into prophecy. But I study prophecy so much. I wouldn't dig into prophecy. I think the best thing to know is that we need to have a relationship with Christ. The more that we focus on trying to know the future, pretend to know the future, the less we focus in God. And if it sounds like you are very Christian and you're really into the Bible, my advice is, prophets are not made. Prophets, gifts are not just taken. They are given by God. It is a God-given divine gift. I know about, Israel, and I don't want to talk about it. I know the Bible says it, but Israel will get hit with a mortal wound.
Like converting to Jesus.
Yeah, it's a movement.
Jews, and I'm not against them, like how the world is starting to. And this is all scripture.
You shouldn't be against anybody.
Yeah, I'm all for everybody. I believe I'm okay with everything because I have the Holy Spirit and I have God, But
Amen.
The people that created the Talmud after Jesus, if you actually really read those things, man, the way they look at us and the people that are controlling the Jewish populations inside these governments, they're not real Jews. They're Satanists. If you even look at Netanyahu and all these politicians, they come from Poland, from Ukraine. They have more than one name. These guys have royal families, and they even built into America a long time ago. This was founded by these elites, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they look down at us, and Jesus is going to stop Russia and Iran. God is going to stop that. And he's not stopping them because they're the bad guys. He's stopping them because he has his own purpose to settle his own thing with the fallen Jewish people, that aren't with Christ at the end. Because that's how it's supposed to be. And, I hope everybody here really gives it a chance to get the Holy Spirit. And it really is the proof of God. And, that's all that matters, guys. Don't be afraid of this war. If you're on the good side,
That's right.
You know.
That's right. There's many valid points, and I'm just saying, don't be afraid, bro. You're you're like right on point with it. Just don't be afraid of that. And I'll give you this, and I don't know if you heard this before, but God loves to make an entrance.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Let me tell you, when I hear people talking about turn the other cheek, that's exactly what that means. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait when he comes back, and then we'll be redeemed. But yeah, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate that input. I think there was somebody else who was trying to call in. Let me see what they say. Hey, bro, thanks. I really mean that. Thank you for the call. Keep praying for our president. Remember, freedom of religion. Do not mix the Bible with the government. We can continue to have our faith. We can continue to have our beliefs, and we can respect the Ten Commandments and all this stuff. But don't try to oversee the law of the land, because remember, give to Caesar what Caesar's and to God's what's God's. If President Trump is going to be used the way that he's being used right now, that is God's doing, okay? So we'll pray for him, and hopefully we're all going to be up there together celebrating and getting drunk with the Holy Spirit.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thanks for your call. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Be blessed. All right, I think there was one more call there from Kansas or something. Cutting Edge representing here. We got Chicken Strangler. Oh, boy. Chicken Strangler. I don't know this Chicken Strangler, man. I got a story about the chicken strangling. I'll probably tell you that. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, we got time. I'll probably tell you if I have time. Remind me to tell you a story about a chicken, okay? Trump and Epstein were best friends for 10 years. Both really rich, both perverted. Not going to deny that. But Trump never knew what Epstein was doing. I believe it. Not a single clue. Yeah, but if you are best friends, you're going to give that best friend the benefit of doubt. Not even an inkling, not a hunch. Bullshit, Trump knew. Maybe. I've had, this is horrible. I've had people, and you hear this all the time. Here, and you can either say that I'm lying, but you hear this all the time. What happens when somebody in the neighborhood murders somebody? What do the people say? Think about that. What do the neighbors say about that person? Oh my God! But he was a great man. He was nice to everybody. He would never do that. Why do we do that? Because part of us want to believe the good in every person. That's exactly what it is, and you have to remember this. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing personally. I used to hang out with this Honduran guy in California. We did a lot of things, and sexual immorality is huge when you're in the world. And there was something that I don't know, I didn't like. Believe it or not, this is what he offered me. You ready? He offered me two things, and I just couldn't do it. One of them was to have an orgy, and the other one was his mom. No lie. I would have never thought ever that in our friendship he would ever try to offer me his mom. That's not a joke. And so President Trump knew, maybe he has some hunch, but that is why, he said that's enough. He had an encounter with somebody came and said that the Epstein was, sexual harassing a teen, a daughter from one of the employees. Trump didn't like that. He said, you got to stop doing that or else. Well, he didn't stop, so he told him to leave. But then there was an issue with a real estate deal that Epstein felt that Trump cheated him out of, and they just cut it off completely. So you got to look at all sides of the story and try to put yourself in their shoes and see what has happened, right? Cutting Edge says a chicken strangler, he knew, but he snitched on him after he saw some weird things on Epstein and Max. Yeah, and I mean, let's not forget that President Donald Trump is the whistleblower. And there's other movie stars that have come out and, said things about the elite in Hollywood, the movie stars. I mean, I cannot tell you this is a fact because I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't looked into it. But they say that this group of this cult of Scientology religion, they say is a bad thing. I don't know anything about it. It's not important to me. It just isn't. But if there is any allegations of anything, hey, I'm going to let the judge, I'm going to let the law take its course and let them deal with it. So many people, they say that I'm lying as if they have been there, like they witnessed with their own eyes. And they have done all this critical thinking and common sense use and all this stuff. And they haven't. But they curse at me as if they have the only facts and the only truth. Yeah, hearsay. Okay? I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer. And yes, Kevin, I like Tom Cruise. I think he's fantastic. I think he's phenomenal. Even though he's a 5'6", or I don't know how tall he is, he was a badass Jack Reacher. I love it. He has charisma. He's great. And I guess that's part of the perks of the little cult. It's kind of like selling your soul to the devil, I heard. And, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. But I'm not this guy that just, what do the leftists do? And a lot of people on the right as well. Oh, yeah, somebody asked me this earlier. I want to clarify. The Republicans, somebody said, well, who was it? I think it was Oscar. I don't know if he's still here. Oscar said something about me always calling libtards and everything on the left is bad. Well, there is people on the far right that are just as bad. But the problem is that they are not fighting the policies that I support. Only the leftist people are fighting the policies that I support. And they are the same policies that we support from Democrats and Republicans from decades ago. The only difference is, obviously we added some stuff, right? But the only difference is that it is Trump enforcing those policies. Those are Trump's policies, and crazy enough, those will be the policies. Well, most of them. It will be the policies that I will have when I run my campaign here in Washington State. So there's always going to be people that will believe me, and there's always going to be people that don't believe me. So I don't want you to think that way. It seems like it, and you're right to point it out to me. But I believe that people on the far right are just as bad as the people on the far left. That's just the way it is. I have to find common ground. And this is why I said, do not, even though we separate ourselves as Republicans, Democrats, or whatever, I always say, make sure that you are not a loyalist. Make sure that you're patriotic, because patriotic means that you are for this nation. A loyalist means that you only follow a person or a group. I don't follow President Trump till hell. That's not how it goes. If he is doing something and the law catches him and is proven, not like this fake 34 felonies. That was the stupidest thing I ever heard somebody do. And meanwhile he's being accused, Democrats are the same Democrats that are putting those 34 felonies on him are doing the exact same thing. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And the leftists always fight the policies because they hate Trump. It's very simple. If I think it was Omar, somebody that called in, they mentioned Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer, it's a 180 from who he was back as a real Democrat. They flipped. That's why you don't see it. That's going to destroy his political career. Who? Trump's? I don't think so. I mean, I think that's American. That's about as American as you can get. But you have Schumer. They all supported the same policies that we have. And for Pete's sakes, come on. If you put Chuck Schumer from back in the day to Chuck Schumer today, it's like they don't know each other. They don't know each other. Chuck Schumer was for voter ID, and he made a really great argument about it. But now he's contradicting that great argument about it. You can't play that game with them. This is what I say. Listen, I'm not going to go after Biden. I am going to ignore that Biden is incompetent and all these other things that I believe. Why should I support the Democratic Party? Let's see. Well, I don't agree with an open border policy. I don't agree with being soft against bullies who wants to destroy our country. I don't agree with the policy of not putting tariffs on those who have been making their money, enrich their economy through our backs. I'm just not going to follow that policy. I am not going to follow the policy that puts illegal immigrants above American citizens. So it's not my hate for Joe Biden. I have none. Do I like him? No. I think he's a sleazeball. He has been racist all his life. And just because he forgets sometimes, he's still the same person that's racist. He hasn't changed. And now he's sick. I just hope that God has mercy on his soul. I hope that he has enough sense to repent. But my point stands. I am looking at the policies. I don't believe that men are women, and I don't believe that there is multiple genders. There is only two genders, male and female. What is a woman? A female with female privates, a uterus, whether the uterus gives birth or not, it is a female composition of a human. Their muscle mass is different than the muscle mass on a male. Even a scrawny male has more muscle than a skinny girl. We have genitals. You got your privates to identify if you're a male or a female. It's very simple. You have the occasional person, human, that is born with both. Well, those people have a choice to make. And if they don't make a choice, that's fine. Listen, let God deal with it. Abnormalities will happen. There is people with two heads. That doesn't make him a double human. I mean, technically, you're probably cool. This would be the real people that you will call they, them. There is two heads. There is two bodies together. This is the only people that you can say they are they, them. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't mean to laugh making fun of them. I'm laughing at the logic that would be one person that is they, them. But these people are ridiculous. So there's all this, put men in women's sports and locker rooms and put men in women's prisons. And, this logic that the left has taken. I'm all against it. You just had Charlie called in and she's talking about the schools, and it's true. They're grabbing our children without telling us and doing all this nasty stuff with them. You got to be aware of this thing. So besides you hating Trump, besides thinking pedophile, everybody that tells me that I'm protecting a pedophile, I want you to show me that you are against Muslims. Show me. Tell me on the chat, if you are over here telling me that I'm protecting a pedophile, that Trump is a pedophile, tell me that you are also against Muslims. I dare you. And then I'll listen to you. But the bottom line is, the policies for Trump: secure the border, America first. Why do we go to Venezuela and attack? There is some interest that we're looking for. At the same time, we become the heroes. We're stopping drug wars. We're stopping drugs from coming into our country. We're secure the border. We are deporting as many people as we can. What do the left do? Protect the illegal immigrants. Sanctuary cities protect not just illegal being here. DUIs, felons, murderers, rapists, they protect them on sanctuary cities. For Pete's sake, we had a state patrol get killed by an illegal immigrant, repeated offender, multiple DUIs. Should have been deported long time ago. So you have that, and then you have the policies about the economy. So we put some tariffs on. Why? We want to bring jobs back. That's a good policy. A lot of people say, oh, no, you don't want to do that because then everything is expensive. Well, everything's going to get expensive regardless. You might as well pay expensive prices and help your country. See, the stock market doesn't dictate the economy of this country. The local economy depends on our money circulating in this nation. That's how it works. Some people provide a service, you pay for that service. If you pay for that service on a call center that is put down in Costa Rica, you're paying taxes to Costa Rica, not to the United States of America. So you still make your billions of dollars, but you're not making them here. If you give a tax cut, those companies will come back here. They will have the call centers who give a nice wage, and then they will pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's just common sense. There will be no great depression or recession if the governors and mayors in blue cities stop stealing money from the people. Uh-oh. Ayate. Welcome, brother. I haven't seen you in a while, Meldon. Don't think I forgot about you. Yeah, Arizona representing tonight. We are here, and we totally agree for what you say. We listen all the time. May God bless you, bro. I miss you, man, coming in here. Just come and drop a line sometimes, okay? All my love for Trump. Good night from Navajo land. Let's go, Navajo Nation. My love to my Native Americans. God bless you guys, man. God bless you, brother. I hope that one day, you get to come and visit, or I can come and visit over there. There's a lot of things that I got to do, but God willing, we will meet together, brother. Let's see. Yeah, is the Arizona Navajo? Yeah, I got a lot of friends down in Arizona. I got some Samoan friends that are married with Navajo natives down there as well. Good people. I mean, they're not perfect. They're good people. They're good friends. What they do personally, I don't know, but they're good people to me. He is actually a Navajo. He is a Navajo. He's a real native. But you know what? Again, if you really want to do something for your country, you gotta be honest with yourself. You know, I told one of the people that was in my in my chat going crazy. I told him, I said, "Hey, bro, you need to forgive yourself, man." I said, you're hurting yourself by hating this Trump guy. You're hating this guy so much. You're enraging yourself, and you're not having peace. I said, you need to forgive President Trump. Forgive him. Let the law take its course. You can't change it. You cannot change the future. Not that way. So do it for yourself. Forgive those who you hate, and you will be forgiven. That forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. I'm going to tell you a story about myself, and a lot of people that follow me here for a while, you guys already know my story. I was hated and abused as a child because one of my older brothers, let me respond here. So California puts taxes to business and they move out is the same as Trump put tariffs to a country. They take their business elsewhere. Well, remember, the tariffs that we put on those countries is to encourage people to make those companies be here in the States. Now, President Donald Trump doesn't want like shirts made. He don't care about underwear. He don't care about t-shirts. He wants chips, technology, car manufacturers, those kind of, Iron Man, all these companies that are going to help build our military stronger, build more ships, etc. That's why the tariffs are in place. But they're negotiating tariffs, meaning that once we're getting what we want, once we get our country's economy stabling again, then he's going to lower those tariffs as time comes. You got to give it time. You can't just, it took decades to destroy it. It's going to take years to bring back, okay? So that's the difference. Now, you also have to look at the policies. Education. Education has been so corrupt. Our kids are dumber today than they were 10 years ago. You know how I know? They don't know history. They just know movies. Whatever racist movie they watch out there, they don't understand. All they get is an emotional reaction of a dramatic moment in history where there was a really bad moment in history. But they don't understand why that happened. They don't understand why it's going to where we are today. They don't understand that's not who we are. All those bad things that happened made this nation what it is today. So out of something bad, something good and great came out of it. And that's only possible because of God is on our side. God is on this nation. And that's why we're starting to see a lot more haters coming in here hating our country. I mean, the logic of all the people that I have had conversations with on my show here, on my channel, it's crazy that there is a lot of people out there that their common sense, and I appreciate their opinions, but their common sense, it's so radical left. It's like, F Trump, and they cannot see past that. I don't believe in God, so F you and everybody. They don't see anything past it. We want to work with people. We want to be able to be together. But the other side hates us. It's just proven over and over and over. How many times have I seen, Democrats, Joe Biden, Kamala, hey, to each his own. It doesn't make me mad. I get no response but to laugh. But there is no hate. There is no anger. There's no violence. None of those things come to my heart. And at the end of the day, I'm going to compare myself to a person that was running for governor in California. She was a Democrat. You guys know who she is. She's that lady that was saying F you to her staff or something like that. When she was in an interview, she said she didn't need the Republican vote. She hates Americans because they have a different opinion from them. But see, I am the opposite. Even though there is this state here is mostly Democrats, I can't just do it with the Republican vote. I need Americans. I don't care what party affiliation you have. If you are an American, you tell them, Baba, if you are an American, I need your vote. I want legal American citizens to vote. Let's make that change. Stop voting the same people that are destroying our economy. I can guarantee you the only reason why the economy prices are so high, so unaffordable on Democratic states is because they don't want Trump to get credit for anything that he is doing for the economy. And it is proven over and over on my chat. But there's not even that many people in my chat. It's proven over and over that it's working. But I pray and I ask God in the name of Jesus Christ. I pray that every single Democrat, a true American Democrat, will come and say, okay, country first, party second. John Fetterman, that guy, he's not Republican. He's still a Democrat. I support him. Why? He supports my policies. What are my policies? America first. You see the difference? I don't hate Democrats. Matter of fact, I don't like some Republicans. But They're insignificant. No need to mention. I don't care. Well, no, let's just mention Rand Paul. I don't like that guy. I used to look up to him, and now I don't. Let's not mention Marjorie Taylor Greene. Despite of how other people see her, I have no respect for her. She has betrayed her country by blaming others instead of taking responsibility that she was part of the same thing that she's complaining about today. This Epstein file thing, the devil knows. The devil is made to seek, search, and destroy. And that is exactly what these Epstein files are. It's funny how the left always tells me, oh, this attack on the drug boats is just to distract you from the Epstein files. Oh, the border security is just a distraction from the Epstein files. Oh, the pardoning of the Honduran criminal is just a distraction from the Epstein files. Oh, but that attack in Venezuela and getting the Nicolas Maduro dictator out of Venezuela is just another smoke screen to divert you from looking into the Epstein files. Oh, the Iran attack and the nuclear facility is just a distraction from the Epstein files. Oh, the attack that is happening right now in Iran is just a distraction from the Epstein files. What he's doing with Putin in Ukraine, oh, it's just a distraction. Shut the hell up. For Pete's sakes, man. Use your brain, man. That is crazy. That's all I hear from you people. Yeah, maybe you're not in here. Maybe they're not here. Maybe they left my channel already. But that's what I hear. Do you see my concern? Democrats, and we have been hearing this in the news, all the time. They pick the things that most Americans are against and they run on it. And all they can do is fearmonger and lie to gullible people. They got all these illegal immigrants. You think that was not on purpose? Do you think that when Doge was trying to audit USA ID and trying to find out where all these trillions of dollars have been going, who jumped and said, don't do it? Who jumped and tried to block? Only Democrats. Interesting. Very interesting. We're not stupid. We're watching. You should be watching as well. Thank you guys for the compliments. I appreciate you. What is a distraction now? Forget about the Epstein files. Why do I tell you this? They have spent over 8 years, going on 10 years now, trying to pin the Epstein files on Trump. How come if they're so worried, and I mentioned this already, if they're so worried about pedophiles, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you stand up against Muslims who believe that Muhammad is the most holy prophet? Why don't you stand up against the Muslims who believe that Sharia law is above the United States law? Why don't you stand against that? And then, maybe just then, you are going one step in the right direction. Think about that. Not just the Epstein files is the thing happening. There has been child trafficking, human trafficking, all kinds of corruption, sexual perversion, and you guys don't want to believe in God, but somehow you have a moral ground that I don't know where you get it from. Where do you get this moral ground from? Where's your moral compass? Mine is founded in the Bible. You know, nothing in the Bible tells me to go kill Muslims. It just tells me to share the truth. But in the Muslims, they have a worship song, a prayer that tells them that they should cut our throats off. What? How can you not say something to that? You see what I'm saying? So again, this whole thing, we have all this work to do with current predators. And you guys are so focused in one thing, destroy Trump. Well, Trump is not the only player out there. Let me just tell you that. I don't believe Trump is a pedophile, but I'm just saying, you're putting all this energy into one man, and that makes me wonder, are you a pedophile? Are you so hateful? Are you one of those hypocrites that believes everybody else is a sinner and you're the only holy man that is good on this earth? Or are you just another puppet for Satan to do his dirty work and divide and hate people? You see, when I'm disciplining my Christian brothers, when I'm exhorting them, when I am rebuking them, I am doing it with the love of our Lord Jesus Christ. And deportations of people that are illegal, that is love. It's called discipline. It's called correction. If I didn't love them, if I didn't love anybody else or any of my neighbors, I can give a rat's ass of how that's going to go. With that being said, no, I cannot campaign right now on my position. But very soon, be patient, because it will be very open. It will be on the news. And hopefully we can collect enough money so that we can advertise some things. You know, the campaign money is not just for ads. There's other things that you got to do with it. And if anything, I ask that you pray for me that I do things the right way, because living in a Democrat state, they are going to be on me like white on rice, and they are going to defend each other. It's like I feel like it's just me against a full army, and they can take me out. But I am trusting in God that He is the one that put that in my heart. Believe me, I don't want to do it. I promise you, I don't want to do it. Bubblegum, are you talking to me? I hope you're not talking to me. Let's see what you say there, brother. Why are you guys targeting undocumented Hispanic while other countries, we have done horrible things to this country? You know, that's funny, right? Every time we say illegal immigrants, everybody says Mexicans. Nobody thinks Middle Eastern terrorists. Nobody thinks Chinese operatives. Nobody thinks Russian, sleeper cells coming in here to infiltrate this country, make babies, and have them become American citizens so that they can have the right to come into government, and then they can take over our place. Now, come on. There's so many things going on. I can't believe it. You know what? I can talk day and night. You guys know this. I love the interactions that I get. Cutting Edge, much love to you if you're still here. Thank you for always supporting me financially and spiritually. Cutting Edge, just so you guys know, he is a Dominican Republic brother to me, American, who also pays attention to the news, tries to give updates, and he helps me out with sending me links to information that is pertaining to what we talk about on this show. And I appreciate him very, very much. Mindspeak, I love you, bro. And I thank you for the support you give me. Even the people that don't agree with me, Oscar, thank you for your input. I can't read every comment. If you want me to read your comments, super chat that baby in there. You're helping me, and I will pay more attention to you as well. You guys already know how it works. That you can see it on the chat. It pops up more, and then I can read it. I'm not gonna pretend that I can convince you, or that I can think that I can take all your doubt away. No, never stop doubting, but always be willing to learn new things. Remember the whole Chinese, the thing. I'm turning into Joe Biden here. The whole Chinese saying, what is that saying? I think it's Chinese. But make sure that your glass is not full so that you have room for more water to pour into it. Okay? That's what I feel that people do is their glass is full. but it's full with hate towards President Trump, that they can't accept any other actions. I'll say this, if you don't want peace in your heart, you can continue to hate Trump. That's your choice. I recommend you forgive him and free yourself from that. But I recommend that you get over that so that you can see what is actually good for our country. And I can tell you, a lot of trolls will always come through my chat and you will see a lot of negativity, but that doesn't mean that they are right. And you know, if you have been watching me all this time, you know I tell the truth. So I want to say thank you for your calls. Thank you for your monetary assistance. I appreciate you. Thank you for becoming members. I appreciate it like you have no idea. This is what I do for a business. This is what I do for a job. This is what I do for a living. I love doing it. I take insults every day. Sometimes I gotta get triggered, but I really appreciate you being part of my family. God bless you all. God bless your families. God bless the USA.